And we're going to put a marker right here for our awesome archive team. Let them know we're getting into the game. We're going to tab over to this screen, and as you can see, we still don't have an overlay, but I got a message from my artist that he's working on it. So hopefully by the next time we play, we will have everything that we need as I recenter this so that we can actually get the pretty ladies on the screen. There we go. Also, we are down a Starlight, Bathes in Starlight tonight because the wolf had dental surgery and is not feeling up for talking. So we wish them well, and hopefully we'll have them next week. Speaking of which, no, we won't have them next week. We'll have them the week after because scheduling nonsense. Point being, it's been a little bit since we've been here, and that's partially my fault, especially because if you're watching this shortly after the live recording, this is a Patreon game, and so to all of my patrons, my bad. I wanted to get the show out to you guys while the art was being made so that we could have some stuff on the Patreon and you can follow along with the story, and we could build it up as we go. But then also, like, we keep having difficulties, and I'm not happy about it, but if the players can't make it, the players can't make it, and that's on me, ultimately. But all I could do was apologize. Hi, Valkyries!
Hello.
It occurred to me that I wasn't breathing for that, so my bad.
God, Nightfall goes to the faraway dimension, you stop breathing. This intro is a mess.
This intro is a mess, you are correct, but also...
Also, before you say something, yes, you did go to the faraway dimension, Nightfall. Come back.
Am I back?
Almost. You're in the slightly closer dimension.
So yeah, Valkyrie Squad. You finished your first mission and you leveled up, and there's some stat changes that got swapped around. So before we get into the game and the recap, we should talk about that. I know Duncan swapped classes, Calendria swapped classes, and Denke. We'll talk about Denke in a minute. But there's a reason for that. The main reason for that is because we're just starting out. The characters are filling out. The players are feeling out their characters, and some of the players are feeling out how we do things here for Decisive Action. So I'm more than happy letting people tweak things as we go. My general rule is, as long as you don't use the ability at the table, you can swap it out freely if you realize that you messed up. But once you use it at the table, then it's kind of set in stone, and we have to kind of shuffle some things around. That being said, you guys did level up last session. We talked about it a little bit on screen. But since then, some minds have been changed, and I really think that it's important, especially because we don't have the overlay yet, to make sure that all of the record is corrected. So, Duncan, let's start with you. You are no longer a third-level paladin.
Right. Well, I wasn't to begin with. I was 1-2 paladin fighter, but at the end of last session, I was getting ready to put that last level into paladin, and decided instead I'm just gonna make it a dip into paladin.
2-level dip.
Get my smite and walk away.
Okay. And what did you take instead?
Took a level into fighter.
So you're 2 and 2 currently.
Yes.
Okay. Calendria, you were going to go warlock, I believe. And that has since changed.
Yes, I went back. I just went into sorcerer again.
Okay. And then there's Denke. Denke. I thought I was gonna do one DA game without homebrew. I'm completely ignoring the mech. And here we are, back at it again at the homebrew. Let's talk, Denke. What have you done, my dude?
I have taken an entirely new subclass in Bard.
Oh boy. And this is normally the part of the show where I say, yeah, we found a subclass or a background or whatever for so-and-so character. Shout out to whoever person made the subclass. You can find it over on wherever we found it, with some modifications to make it fit my table. However, this one's on me. This is the one that I made. Yeah, Denke, why don't you tell people what you have done?
This is, as the bard calls it, the College of the Four Seasons. It is a cooking subclass, to put it most simply.
Do you have any subclass abilities right now?
Yes.
Would you mind to... Dog, you do not get +5 to your preparation dice. How dare you? Why don't you go ahead and link your bard subclass abilities so that people can see what you have?
Yes. Let me get to the right tab.
Click the little speech bubble beside the ability and it'll paste it in chat. Yes. Taste of Inspiration. Beginning when you join the College of Four Seasons at 3rd level, your culinary acumen combined with your bardic inspirations in unique ways. Every day, after a long rest, you can spend some time preparing small treats, sweet, savory, or both, for your companions, and even yourself. Roll as many bardic inspirations as you like from your pool, and reserve those numbers plus half your bard level rounded up. Any creature can consume a treat, no action, and immediately gain this number as a bardic inspiration to be used as normal. The treats are magical and lose their potency when you finish a long rest. The duration of the consumed treats lasts as long as the magical potency. So, what the College of Four Seasons does is that their bardic inspirations are a little bit stronger than normal bardic inspirations, adding half their bard level to the number rolled, and they can assign who gets what number when. But what the drawback is, they prepare their bardic inspirations like a cleric prepares spells. So let's say Denke wants to prepare 2 bardic inspiration treats at the end of a long rest. He would roll 2 of his bardic inspirations. Let's say he gets a 1 and a 5. He could then set those aside. He would have items that are like bardic inspiration 1 plus half of his bard level, or 5 plus half of his bard level, and then he gives those out, and whenever somebody needs a bardic inspiration, they just consume the treat instead of doing it right then and rolling for it. Now you may ask, why is this a thing? Well, it allows for greater control from the bard in exchange for not quite as good reactionary bonuses. And it's flavorful, no cooking pun intended. And I've wanted to do a cooking-based bard for a while, and Denke liked the subclass and decided to pick it up. So hopefully it'll work. And this is going to be changed probably a lot as we go. I'll be like fixing the wording. Denke is effectively playtesting it for me, so thank you, Denke, and I hope you enjoy. He also has the ability Comfort Food. If you so choose, while preparing your Taste of Inspiration, you may expend 1 use of your Bardic Inspiration die and instead gain magical proficiency in 1 skill or tool of your choice to the creature that consumes the treat. This proficiency bonus doubles if you choose a skill the consumer is already proficient with, and the bonus lasts as long as the Taste of Inspiration potency lasts. So instead of Bardic Inspiration, he can grant proficiency or expertise in a given skill, which is arguably probably going to be more useful than just the flat Bardic Inspiration bonuses. And again, as long as it's greater control in preparation, less control in reaction, and that was one of the things that I wanted to bring to the Cooking Bard. Is that it, Denke? Just those 2?
Well, and then in addition, Goodberry added to the Bard spell list, and gaining proficiency in cook's tools and kitchen etiquette.
Yes. Which is stuff that's just fitting for Denke anyway.
Yes.
So yeah, pretty dope. And I think that's it. Like, Rev and Tordek, you guys just, like, continued on as normal, right? You don't have anything super weird coming down the pipe yet?
Nothing super weird, but I did multi-class.
Same.
This is the first I've heard about Tordek. What's up?
I took a dip into fighter.
Okay. And Rev, what did you dip into?
Bard.
Bard. Okay. Are you also going Cooking Bard?
No,
Okay.
I'm hoping to go creation.
Ooh, and that'll be interesting.
Mhm.
Okay. All right. We've also got our downtime actions chart, alpha version 1.3. in the game, and if you don't know what that is, because this is the only DA show you watch, or your first DA show, welcome. We'll go into that when the time comes, but we're currently, across all of our DA shows, we're alpha testing some long rest, downtime action, ability improvement stuff, and we'll go from there. Shall we jump in, Valkyries?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, when last we left our heroes, you finished Flashpoint Ashen Shadow. You rescued the citizens of a farming combine from demons, a demonic incursion that was using corrupted kobolds as well as just general chaos magic, and the power of the human souls to open a demonic portal in some ruins that were found beneath the commune. The team was dispatched, rode out, dealt with the threat, and on the way back, the undead killing second son above Eltugard, I will say it wrong this entire playthrough, get used to it, eclipsed for the first time ever, and consumed the city in a wall of fire, and it seemingly was destroyed or otherwise vanished. The party arrived near El Terrell to see some survivors, people outside the city, coming to see that the city was in totality destroyed. They came upon Captain Rhea Mountamorn of the Hell Riders, who seems to be the only other military person, slightly outranking Duncan, but by no means in the position of the High Rider that she now finds herself in. And the party got everyone together, and they're trying to get something like 500 to 800 refugees to Baldur's Gate, the nearest settlement that could possibly help, which I believe I told you guys is about a 10-day?
Yes.
From where you are. So you've got the crater of El Terrell, and then you're gonna be you have been following the Chianthar River towards Baldur's Gate. So you guys are gonna get a lot of views out of the downtime chart when we get there. You guys traveled for the evening that you met up with Rhea and the refugees, trying to keep everyone together. You rested for that night. No, you do not get downtime stuff for that night before you ask Rev. Yeah, now we're going to pick it up on the next morning.
Wasn't even going to ask, but okay.
Is this background music? I can't tell if this is background music or not.
It is ominous music.
It is ominous music. So yeah, you guys wake up, like, early, because you're still stressed out, but you're tired. Like, the first day of getting the refugees towards Baldur's Gate, many of the refugees are still asleep. You know, soldiers rise early, and as you guys are, you know, going about your morning necessities, getting water from the river, thinking about breaking camp, plotting the course, whatever, Rhea, like, takes Duncan aside, like, immediately. And she nods at you, and she says, the squad is technically under your command, Commander. I don't feel right issuing them orders directly.
Tell me what you need done, and I'll see it happen.
She looks at you very seriously. You could tell that she's, like, thought about this for most of the night. She says, I know that there's only 7 of us. I'm not certain of the skills of your group, who would be best where, but this is a lot of people, Commander. Someone should run ahead to Baldur's Gate and let them know we're coming.
I do have a question for you, Commander, or Captain.
She nods.
Do you know if Baldur's Gate also uses what are they called? The stones?
Sending stones.
Do you know if they also use sending stones within their own militia?
She shakes her head. She says, I could not begin to tell you. Sending stones are not uncommon, but, well, we're Hell Riders. I couldn't tell you about the inner structure of the fist any more than I could tell you about... God, the militias of Bryn Shander? Pick someone who could make the journey. A fast rider if you have them. Someone who can talk their way in would be useful, but people trained in diplomacy aren't always the best outdoorsmen. I leave it to your decision, Commander. But we can't just show up.
I understand that.
She nods smartly at you. Get them moving immediately. Beyond that, I'll try to start getting everyone up, and we'll get moving.
With your permission, I'll make... sorry. With your permission, Captain, I'll make a letter that they can take with them that'll explain the situation quicker.
You see her, like, she had turned away to, like, get started waking people up, and she stops when you say that, and the look on her face is, oh, fuck, I forgot to do that. And she nods, and she's, see that you do, Commander.
Ma'am.
And yeah, she moves up. And Duncan, you, like, turn to address the Valkyries, and almost immediately you hear shouting. All Valkyries that are awake hear shouting from, like, the mob of people. Rhea's already got her sword out and she's running over.
Yeah, Duncan is on the move.
What about the rest of you?
You'd think he follows right behind.
Okay.
Rev, like, I'd be a little behind, but I'd go to get in the mech.
Okay.
I'd be able to catch up though, so that's something.
Kalendria, Tordek, are you going or are you doing something else?
Oh yeah, I'm waddling my ass with them.
Okay. So the Hell Riders roll up. There's a ring of people around just like the riverbank, and standing with his back to the riverbank is like a highwayman. Like he's very obviously like a brigand. He's got like a tattered brown cloak. He's wearing like busted up armor. He's got like a notched knife in his hand, and he's got a human shield with a knife against their throat. The highwayman cannot be more than like 19 years old at best, and he's just got this like random like person from Eltura like by the throat, and he's shouting at the crowd, you know, just like epithets, right? Like, yeah, that's right, back off, like I know what I'm here for. And like Rhea like just storms up to him, like, what do you think you're doing? Can you make a perception check for me, Duncan?
Yeah. Oh, I didn't have my sheet yet. Sorry.
No worries. Make sure you're rolling your character's Valkyrie.
Already done, Capitan. You said perception?
Mm-hmm. Oof.
Oh,
okay.
No. Oh, I don't have inspiration either. Fuck.
I don't know, but I will need an insight check with disadvantage now.
Wait, do I have? I do. I'm gonna add guidance to this next one.
Okay.
I should have done that in the first place, but oh well.
Yep. Oh, okay. You don't.
What the fuck?
Yeah, you don't notice anything, I'm afraid. So yeah, like Rhea just like marches up on this guy, and the highwayman like presses the knife to his hostage's throat. Rhea stops and like backs up towards the river a bit more, and he says like, "You in charge?" And she nods at him. "What's this army doing here?" "It's not an army. They're refugees. What do you want?" "Sent to get answers and collect a bounty." "Bounty? I don't know if you noticed, but Elturel is gone." "Exactly. My money says that the important people got out. Well, I got a bounty, see? What's your name? He hesitates. He says, Talon. No, it's not. Duncan.
Mm-hmm.
Talon is your little brother's, code name. He's used it since he was a baby.
Hells. Captain, if you'd please, let me take over.
She looks back at you like, what? I think that I should handle this, Commander Reeves.
Captain, please.
Okay. Yeah, she lowers her sword and takes a step back, but she stays close enough to cover you.
Duncan's gonna start walking up.
Yeah, you walk up and the brigand, tenses with the knife again, back.
Talon.
Sure.
Are you gonna let that person go? Is your brother going to have to smack you upside the head?
My brother's dead.
Why would I say that if it... Talon. Hang on. Let me go find the names again.
Yeah, it's Victor. His name's Victor. Victor Reeves.
Victor.
Very tempted to put sanctuary on that person he's holding.
Talon. Victor.
He flinches. Slowly brings the knife down. He starts to bring the knife down, and then he stops and, brings it back up. He's like, she's not going to stab me.
No, Victor, no one's going to stab you. I might smack you upside the back of the head, but...
lets the knife go. The person runs the fuck off. And yeah, Rhea, immediately, moves over to grab him.
No, hold on. Captain, I'm sorry. This is a family matter.
He took a hostage, Commander.
Yes, I understand.
What was I supposed to do? I needed information. You could ask!
Victor, we've been over this several times.
Where's Ma? She with you, Duncan? Pa?
Just a steel face looking back at him. No words.
You see him the knife go loose in his hand. Don't give me the wall, Duncan. Where are they?
Same place Elturel went.
Which is where? Which is what? All I saw was fire!
Saw more than me.
Should have protected her!
If I could have, I would.
Where were you? You're the city's defender! He drops to his knees. Supposed to be there!
We were off in the fields. We made a 2-day ride without sleep to try and get back here as fast as we could.
Rhea has sheathed her sword at this point. She looks back at Tordak and nods him forward.
Aye, sir.
And yeah, Duncan, do you go to your brother because he's just sobbing in the mud?
Oh yeah, no. As soon as he went down, Duncan went down with him.
Okay. Do me a favor and make another perception check. Excuse me. Do you do the brother thing where you grab his shoulders?
Oh yeah.
He's lean. He's wearing a full body cloak. He's leaner than he should be.
Thought you were with a new group, Victor.
We're doing this now.
It gets a little quieter. Victor, you feel like you haven't eaten in days.
Big group of people, probably a square of bread among them.
I didn't hear that.
A big group of people, probably a square of bread among them. How was I to know it was the fucking refugee party? Tordek, you come over. You immediately can tell that something is wrong. Like, the parts of this kid that are exposed are like he's human, so he's gonna have paler flesh than Duncan. But he's pale. He's like on his knees on the ground, but his feet are twitching in that like I don't have enough salt kind of way. And you can smell blood.
I'm gonna be right back.
Okay.
Sir, if you mind, we might be able to figure out how we can help the lad.
Yeah. Yes.
Who's that? Like, edges away from Tordek.
It's alright, lad. I'm a doctor.
I don't need a doctor.
The hell's you do?
He says that, and Duncan like squeezes his shoulder.
He relents. Tordek, I'm assuming you pull his hood down.
Yeah.
He's missing an ear, and there's a bloody bandage on the side of his head. He's sweating from infection, and he looks like he hasn't eaten in days. He's also sobbing.
Oh, lad. Got in a bit of a scrape, did ya?
Fine.
Aye, you will be, 'cause I'm here now. First things first, we're gonna clean up that wound. Second thing second, we're gonna get you some food.
I'll find Denke. Oh fuck, what's his rank?
Lieutenant.
Lieutenant. I'll go find the lieutenant.
Aye.
You start to get up, and Victor, like, grabs your arm. And he gives, like... You're wearing a helmet, Duncan, but you look back at Victor, and the look that he gives you is immediately, like, baby brother coming into your room with a teddy bear because he had a nightmare.
I'll be back, Victor. I trust Tordek more than anyone. He'll be alright.
I wasn't gonna stab him.
I know you weren't, Victor. You can barely stab a bone to it.
Yeah, you get up. Denke's, like, nearby. Like, everybody came.
Yeah, he's gonna jaunt over to Denke.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Lieutenant, you can probably see that this one's not in good sorts, and he's family. Wondering if you can take a little bit of supplies and make something.
Consider it done, sir.
Good. Make it fast.
Make a medicine check, Tordek, before you expend your healer's kit.
Okay.
Like, that's a good roll. I'll let that stand, but, like...
Medicinal.
Oof.
Ugh.
That's not as good, friend. You can definitely...
Can attack on guidance to that.
Yeah, good plan. Better. This boy... He is a decent fighter, maybe. Wilderness training he does not have. He lost a fight some good couple days ago, and then since then, like, the rigors of the wild have just been wearing him down. Like, his boots are almost worn through. He's been running. But you can clean his wound, put a fresh dressing on it. His ear is not gone. It wasn't like execution style, like cut the back of the ear and cut it off. It wasn't like that. It was like the top half of his ear got sheared off, probably by a sword or a knife. So like he's not gonna lose much of his hearing, but
he's gonna be in pain for a while.
He's gonna be in pain for a while. It's more like it's more than just that he hasn't eaten in a bit. It's like he's done that thing that desperate people do, where it's like immediate relief for long term problem. Like he's drunk dirty water, for example. He's eaten like food that he shouldn't have. So he's got like cholera, bluntly.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not good. Like he needs like a medical ward, which with El Terrell gone is.
With El Terrell gone, I have to do the best I can until we get to Baldur's Gate.
Well, not necessarily. You could drop him. You could drop him at like a village between here and Baldur's Gate. They can't support 800 people, but they could support Victor if you want to go that route. But that's still like 2 days in any direction.
Yeah.
And then you're leaving one dude there, and then other people might say, "Well, we're gonna stay too."
Yeah.
Yeah.
The biggest thing that he did was he's messed up because like his family was in El Terrell. Like he's clearly like panicking. He's been on adrenaline high for several days. He probably hasn't slept. But like, yes, it was a desperate move, but he's still like attacked the camp. Like Duncan's family or not, this kid needs to be on watch. A, because he might hurt himself, but B, because there's now some pissed off commoners that want his head.
Yeah.
You should report that sooner rather than later.
Yeah.
Like, he might get lynched, bluntly. So, moving past that, what's anybody want to do?
Rev's just mostly waiting for a command. Like he heard commotion, was like, "I'm gonna be over there too," but like, I mean, he doesn't really have anything to do.
You heard everything that went on. There's that.
Yes, yes, and I've been writing down lines for that, but that's like not anything I want to do.
Right. So once you send Denke off to cook, Tordek, what are you doing with Victor specifically? Like, are you moving him, and if so, where?
I am going to move him to where our group had set up camp.
Okay.
You know, to keep him out of the common area, but so we can take a good look at him.
Yep. If you get him calm, he's probably going to pass out. That's just how the body be.
Yeah, that's okay. I have my spectral ram to carry him.
Okay. So you move him back to the camp. The Valkyries go, and like, yeah, I think like Rhea starts to go with you, and somebody in the crowd shouts something like, "Wait, is that it? What are you doing?" And Rhea has to go and like placate, meaning the Valkyries know full well that this is not over. The floor is yours, Valkyries. Victor will comply with treatment and food. You can put him on a cot for now, but like whatever you guys want to do, you can now do. What's up?
So
that's reassuring.
Yeah.
First things first. Want to get the lowdown from Tordek.
Yep.
Once I have that, and everything seems fine, quote unquote.
Yep.
I'm going to go post up. Well, first find Rev.
Okay.
Rev is hanging around close.
Yeah. Rev, I want you to see I want you to fiddle with the sending stone. See if you can find us God, my words. See if you can find us a frequency that'll link to Baldur's Gate.
Sending stones work that way?
No, but you're an artificer.
Okay, so I guess I'm gonna fiddle with that. Now he'll nod. Yes, sir.
So
it's the as a group one.
Yep. So start a clock, Rev.
Okay.
The clock only has 4 points on it. However, you have to do specific things to get a point.
Specific things to get a point. Okay.
Yep. And I will give you leads as you go.
Okay.
Step 1 will be information on how sending zones work.
So that'll be a knowledge-based check, probably.
Or research, yes. But right now, Duncan still is talking to you.
Yes.
It was just going to finish out with, let me know as soon as you know. Update me as soon as you have results. Good or bad.
He salutes.
Okay. Next on the list, Duncan?
Next on the list, Starlight.
Okay.
Pretty much, since she's not here, pretty much it would just be...
No, Starlight is here. The wolf asked me to do a scene of Starlight.
True.
So but... you find Star, like, she's at her station, like, restringing her bow, but she's doing it turned in a way that she's got her eyes on Victor and Tordek. So you come up to her, and her ears, like, twitch towards you, and it takes her a second to look away from Victor, and she says, "Sir?"
Her rank.
She is
I'm trying to remember all the rank. Or I'm trying to memorize.
She is a Lance Corporal.
Okay. How do you address that title?
That's up to you. You could call her Corporal, you could call her Lance Corporal, you could call her Corporal Starlight, you could call her Starlight. Like, you're the commander, you can address her however the fuck you want.
When you go up the chain, it's different.
Correct. The only person that you need to address correctly is Rhea.
I've done pretty good at that so far.
Yep. Called her commander a few times, but yep.
Wow, that was a me slip up.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. It's a corporal, and she nods at you. Like, starts to get to her feet, quickly finishes restringing her bow, and then gets the rest of the way up.
Oh. I'm going to be writing a letter once I finish. I'm going to be having you run ahead to Baldur's Gate. I know it's a long run, but you're going to go ahead, you're going to take the note, and you're going to make sure that they know we're coming.
I can fix the journey, but... And, like, she makes sure that Rhea cannot hear her speak up. She says, "Wouldn't Denke be better?"
Likely, but you're faster.
True.
What we need right now is speed. That's why I'm writing you a letter.
And if they say no?
If they say no, they're gonna have to deal with 800 people either way. It's better to deliver the paper so they're prepared than we just suddenly show up.
And this is my priority? And you know what she means is, like, if I see an orc brigade, I'm not to engage, I'm to keep running.
Correct.
You're certain?
Yes.
There may be more refugees, Commander.
If by some measure you encounter more refugees, tell them to stay where they are. There's more coming, and we'll pick them up along the way.
I'll mark them. I can do that from horseback.
Good.
She nods. Are we ready to go within the hour? Lieutenant!
I'll be sure.
She knows that she wasn't dismissed, but she's, like, looking at Denke and she shouted.
And Denke looks up from his big pot that's already boiling.
Yeah. And she, like, looks at Denke, looks at Duncan, looks at Denke, looks at Duncan. What are you doing, Duncan?
I don't understand what's happening.
She's about to tell Denke that she's leaving. She wants to make sure that she's supposed to do that.
Duncan, this is just silent nod.
I'm running ahead. Could I have a skin of stew?
It'll be yours as soon as it's ready.
She nods and starts like grabbing her things.
I'll be sure to have that ready. I'll be sure to have that letter ready by the time you're. Oh my God, my words.
You've been doing that a lot tonight.
Yeah, you have.
I think I'm trying to speak faster than I'm thinking.
You absolutely are. Every time I get tongue-tied, it's because I'm talking too quickly.
I'm going to make that letter, and as soon as it's done, I want you on your way.
Understood.
Make whatever preparations you have to, and be quick.
You see her, like, nod, like, throwing things into her bag faster.
Yeah, he's gonna go off.
So, yeah, so you turn, and you hear from Starlight, you hear, Commander?
Hmm?
How far behind me are you going to be?
Yeah. Trying to think what a good measure of that would be.
It's not a measure. It's you give a time, and Starlight will be that far ahead.
Yeah, I misworded.
No worries.
1 day, 2 days, a few hours.
If you say like Baldur's Gate needs 5 days, Starlight's just gonna go. She's not gonna rest.
See, I don't know how long is too much or too little.
That depends on how hard you want to push her. Like, the sooner Baldur's Gate knows, the more time they have to prepare. But you're grinding down your scout. But if you send Star too slow, then there's not any sense in her going.
What about like 2 days?
It's up to you.
It's also gonna take a while to get this larger group.
You're right about that. But if you tell Star to go, she's gonna go.
Do we have a sense of how far the group moved in the 1 day we've been traveling?
We were told it would take us a 10-day to get there.
No, Rhea's guessing it will take you a 10-day to get there.
Oh, my bad.
If you would like to make a survival check, Denke.
Do it.
His wisdom is probably higher.
Mm-hmm. Okay. The refugees moved about 20% of what the Valkyries could cover.
That hurts.
I mean, the Valkyries are fast, dude.
That's true. We did make it back to Elturel in like 2 days. Or the remains of Elturel in 2 days.
Like, heavy cavalry versus a mob of people on foot. They are slow as balls.
Like, Valkyries are really fucking fast.
Yep.
Like, the only one that's faster than Star is the mech, but Rev does not have survival training at all.
I think Denke notices Duncan thinking about this and relays that information. He says, Commander, we could move 5 times as fast as we did this past day with these refugees. That gives you an idea of how long it might take for us to get there.
So yeah, Duncan, doing some quick math, you'll be lucky to get to Baldur's Gate in a 10-day. Rhea vastly underestimated it. You're looking at closer to either 15 or 2 weeks.
So... Those that don't know, a Faerunian calendar has 10 days in a week.
Yes.
Sending Star now might hurt us if it's going to take us that long.
Not necessarily. Star can go at a leisurely pace, keep herself safe, and get there and still have maybe 5 or 6 days. Like, remember, if Star is just flat out galloping along the riverbed, she's not stealthy.
Mm-hmm.
And remind me again what the effective range of the earrings is.
Not nearly that far. I think I said a mile. I might have even said less than that.
That much advanced scouting, but yeah, if she were a little bit slower, that'd be a larger window to get some basic information.
But we need to make sure that.
Hang on. If you need a scout for a mile ahead, you could just send Rev.
Oh yeah, that's fair.
Like, the mech in, like, overland travel mode is fast.
Yeah. He's not quiet, but he's fast.
I think I figured out what overland travel mode looks like. I think the legs split in half down the middle for each of them. Double the amount of legs.
I was thinking they just fold up and there's a wheel on the bottom.
Oh, that's also neat.
I'm leaning towards like 5.
Okay. I mean, again, like, there's no wrong answer here. It's just going to have consequences.
With that answer, you could like, with the information you got from Denke, like, you can add a caveat: don't push yourself.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think I'll go with like 5 days, but I might as well just word it. Probably. Immediately lost my words. How many days did I say?
5. You said 5.
5. At least 5 days, but don't push yourself. We've got lots of time.
She nods slowly. 5 days. You'll need to hunt or something. And my smoke only lasts for 10 hours.
Rev's gonna chime in.
Mm-hmm.
He makes a drill noise to get Duncan's attention.
You got something, Rev.
He like hops out the mech with his notebook.
Mm-hmm.
Comes up. If it's gonna in the notebook it says, if it's gonna take so long to get there, why not let me fiddle with the sending stone? And if I can't get it in where we'll have just a short amount of time before we get there, then we send Star.
I mean, frankly, Duncan didn't open it for discussion. He said Star's going.
I understand that, but like, still, Rev would have. He had something he wants to speak up.
Yeah, okay.
I feel like that's Rev.
Duncan?
Duncan has a choice to make now.
If I go now, I could arrange lodging.
I think Tenke sees them still discussing and chimes in. It may ease quite a few minds to know that their arrangements being made ahead of time.
Do they know about Ravenguard?
I don't.
Starlight looks at Rev like, hmm?
Like, Rev scribbles in his book again. And he holds it out again.
Mm-hmm.
And it says, I know you can move 5 times as fast as we are now, comma, but I think I could get the sending stone working pretty quickly. No, my phone is ringing.
I mean, Star doesn't say anything. She just looks at Duncan.
I trust you could, Rev. I trust you could, Rev, but I don't. Why?
Jens
Slow
is having
down,
trouble
dude.
tonight.
Yeah, just slow down a moment.
I trust you could, Rev, but we're moving with a group too large to take any sort of chances. We need to make sure that they'll be ready for us. Waiting for you is, frankly, a chance I'm not willing to take. Despite as much trust as I have in your skills.
Trying to think whether or not he looks insulted. But I think even if that look does come up, it's waved away quickly, and he jots something else down.
Does anyone have a map of this area, just out of curiosity? Does anyone have an item anywhere that is a map?
I assumed Denke would have, but I don't know for sure.
I don't have a map as far as I'm aware.
A Starlight?
Not on our inventory.
Oh no. What Rev would jot down is, at the pace this group is going, I would assume we would have plenty of time.
You are quickly becoming insubordinate, Rev.
Okay.
Like, if you want to be insubordinate, that's fine, but, like, Duncan has told you no twice.
Never mind.
Alright. So, I think as Starlight is, like, putting her backpack on, she points off to the north. I almost said to the east, but the river runs east-west. And she says, there's some farms over that way. Might be able to get some provisions. More to the point, farms attract herds. Venison, boar. Good place to start. Easy. It's like, pulls out her amulet and looks at Denke. Like, she doesn't say, like, is my food ready? But she's like, she's looking at you to, like, letting you know.
He passes her a skin that he's just topped off from a boiling pot.
Yep. And she slings it on, grips her amulet, it flares with light. She's setting on the... I almost said Sparkle Pony. She's setting on the celestial steed. And, yeah, she, like, looks at Duncan one more time, waiting for orders.
Duncan was saying as soon as he has the note ready. He doesn't have it ready yet.
Okay. I mean, you could write the note down real quick.
Real quick while I have the time, just fiddle something out, giving an explanation of what has happened and what.
So it should be who you are,
right,
as completely as can be.
Clear as day, who I am,
what
the
happened,
group I am with,
yep,
what has happened to Elturel,
and what is happening to Baldur's Gate in a couple days.
Right.
And that's all you have to say.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna go with.
Yeah. I would recommend if you have, like, a sigil of the Hell Riders, or a sigil of, like, your mom, like Senator Reeves, like, if you could put something official on this, it would be better, but not necessary.
I mean...
You absolutely have a commander's badge.
I was about to ask, is there, like... This is a dumb question. But, if I'm part of a senator's family, do we have, like, a signet?
The Reeves family may have a signet, but, like, your mom would have a sigil that, like, she could sign a document and mark it with the Senate of Elturel. You do not have that, but, like, I was saying like that.
Right.
If you don't, Kenkus are excellent forgers.
True.
I mean, I could mark it with a rendition of command badge.
Don't draw it. Like, put ink or blood or dirt or wax on your actual badge and press it on.
Yeah, we definitely have wax.
Yeah.
I probably seal it with, like, a wax press of, like, a commander's badge for the Hell Riders.
Yeah, like, it's not an actual, like, wax press, but it's the best you've got in the situation, and it's official.
Right.
It's got, like, your badge number and shit on it, like, take that, seal it, pass it to Star, she nods, and if you say go, she's gone.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, like a shot, Starlight is gone up the riverbed.
Now, really quickly, I apologize. I'll be right back. I have to use the bathroom terribly.
Yeah, no problem. So, Kalindria, Denke, Rev, and Tordek, what are you doing?
My next course of action is fiddle with the stone, but I'm gonna wait until someone else has something. But because I'm assuming that'll be camp action type thing.
It could be, or you can do it now.
I would like to make a check now, if I can.
Yeah. So let's start simple. Make an Arcana check, and let's see what you know about sending stones.
Okay. I'm gonna tack a guidance onto this.
Okay, smart. Okay.
Do I have an inspiration to reroll with? I do not. Okay.
Anybody else got any buffs they want to give our boy Rev? Or is that going to stand? You guys are not rolling well tonight.
No.
What was that? Somebody was about to speak up. Sorry.
Actually, no, I can't do that to myself.
What can't you do to yourself?
I can't bardic myself.
True, but you can preparation yourself.
Oh, you're right. I'm gonna use my 17.
How?
Fuck. Shit. How would I...
Turn it the other way.
This is an Arcana check. This is either you know the knowledge or you don't. So what could a 17 modified to 20, how could you prepare yourself to make sure that you know something?
Could I flip through my notebook to any diagrams I might have, and maybe I have one in there?
Did you, yeah, that's a way to do it. Like, you could say, like, we were given this sending stone when we left for Elturel. Actually, you've had this for a bit, never mind. But, like, because you've had it for a bit, it's completely reasonable that, like, Rev has made sketches and notes about this thing already.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. That's how you do your preparations, by the way. I'm not going to keep walking you through it. So 17 modified 20, goblin 20, on this roll. Mark off your preparation. Sending stones. They're generally created in pairs, or there's a keystone, and then there's like multiple stones keyed to the keystone. They're usually or almost always created together, though replacement stones can be a thing. And they just provide two-way communication, point to point. Anything in the area of the stone audibly is picked up, and it's projected by the other stone, and vice versa. Beyond that, get ready for 4 questions.
Okay.
So what I like to do, especially when players are making knowledge checks, is I give them some information for free based on what they roll, and then to make them think and to add more weight to the checks, I give them a certain number of questions. And these questions can be anything they want so long as it's relevant. I have to give them accurate information if it is within the grounds for them to know. And if it's not something that they could know about this check, I don't count the question against them. What this means is they could be completely off in left field in their thinking and not get a lot of useful additional information, or they can hit it right on the money and solve a puzzle with GM questions. I've seen both happen over the course of DA. It's a very solid system for what I want to do.
I am back.
What do you got, Rev?
So, my first question is along the lines of the identities of the stone. Like, each one has... like you said, in pairs. They're made in pairs typically, and they connect to their replacement sort of thing. So there's a signature for each stone.
Correct.
That, like a frequency that they connect to.
Correct.
Kind of like radio stations. Like you connect. So.
It's very loud, Gamzee, but yes.
My first. I'm just going to talk through my thought process a bit before I come to my first question.
Mm-hmm.
So, in order to make this stone work to connect to a sending stone in Baldur's Gate, I would have to figure out the frequency I need to connect to.
That's like step 3.
That's step 3. Another issue is the range. The range of our sending stone is limited. So amping the...
No. I mean, yes, insofar that it has a limit, but if Tordek had gotten on the stone in the farming commune, you would have heard something from El Toro. They just told you not to. The range is significant on these.
Okay.
I think it's... If it's not planar, it's damn close.
I'm pretty sure it is.
Yeah.
It's... Because we have a set of sending earrings in a VOM.
Those are much lower. But the stone, this is like the handheld, like, big satellite phone. Yeah, no, it's different.
But with, so I would need to figure out how to figure out the,
frequency?
I would need to figure out how to figure out the frequency before I could begin to edit it. How to tap into the stone that way.
That is step 1, yes.
How can I ask? How would I go about doing that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask that.
So what you would need to do is you would need a way to perceive, not necessarily see, but perceive magical energy. Then you would need to figure out how that magical energy is encoded in the stone, and then be able to change it.
Okay. I think I have a means to do both of those.
Okay. You still have 3 questions.
I do. What would I need to edit the frequency of the stone I currently have to find other ones?
And I guess Faerunian enchantments are basically circuitry, So you would need, like, magical tools designed to, like, work with magical objects. You would need artificer's tools, tinker's tools.
So for example, I could use my 3rd level class ability from Artificer, right tool for the job, and make those tools.
Do you have tinker's tools?
I do.
Then you have those tools.
Okay, then we're good on that. But I thought like maybe it needed like enchanter's tools or something like that.
It may.
Okay, well I could make those.
Yes.
Okay. 2 more questions.
Mm-hmm.
This is a Rev question because this is what Rev would think of.
Mm-hmm.
What consequences would I be looking at if I failed at any point along the way?
You could make the stone inert.
Okay.
You could connect somewhere random, and if the person is really quick on their feet, they could lie to you and you wouldn't know. You could disrupt someone else. You could unintentionally turn this into a jammer instead of a radio. And then there could be somebody else with a sending stone, you know, a group of adventurers, a hell rider, maybe like whomever, and they could be in danger and trying to relay important information, and you could just send it to dead air.
And anyone who can figure out what the fuck is going on might say, "Hey, you're a fucking problem." Yeah, I could see that.
You could make a bomb.
Ooh.
Those are the 4 main fails that I can see right now.
Okay. I've asked some pretty good questions today.
Yes, you have. You got one more.
Got one more.
Oh, by the way, add a point to your clock.
Okay. I'm drawing some blanks here.
You don't have to use your last question, or you can open it up to the rest of the squad.
I always find it better to open up than say I'm not going to use it.
Okay.
So if any of the squad have any ideas for my last question, I would like to hear it. Grace?
So the questions you had that were answered are, what do I need to change it? What are the consequences?
And how would I change it?
How would I change
it? Okay.
I have one that might be important, and all I can do is suggest it.
Okay. I would like to hear. I like your suggestions a lot, Kit, so feel free.
Something that you may want to consider is how, like, would I be able to set it back?
That is a good question.
That is a good one.
Another potential question is, how difficult would this process likely be?
That's a good question.
Another one would be, like, will I know if I failed?
Oh.
And another thing to consider is the energies and materials required beyond just
materials required is a good question.
Mm-hmm.
So far I have my options are materials required, how will I know if I failed, and how difficult the check will be. Those are 3 to choose from.
I gave you 2 others.
Give me 2 others?
Mm-hmm.
How will you know if you failed?
How will I know if I failed?
And will I be able to switch it back?
Will I be able to do that? So 5 options.
You only have one question.
I only have one question.
Of those options, what do you think you will need to know first?
Yeah. Which of those can you not do without?
Material question. Like, I have to know what materials I'm going to need to attempt this. I have to have that.
Theoretically, none. If you render the stone inert, you'll have to have it re-enchanted.
What can I do without?
That was it, homie.
Huh?
That was it. That was your last question.
That was the that was the answer?
Yeah. Theoretically, none. But if you render it inert, you'll have to re-enchant it.
Okay.
So.
Okay. Point on the clock.
Tordek, Calendria. What are you doing?
I think I'm just keeping watch over Victor.
Okay.
The Calendria's doing a lot of, going around trying to make sure everybody's okay, given that she did all this specifically because she cares about basically, like the little guy. So
right,
constantly, she's basically making sure as many people are okay because she's got a little bit of healing.
Make an investigation check for me. Investigation is sometimes used to gather information. Oof. Okay.
The hits keep coming.
Victor didn't seem to hurt anybody, Calendria. But the general consensus is he needs to, at minimum, be removed from the camp, and several people are calling for blood.
Then, yeah, I think at that point she's going to try to look for a good area to sequester him, not shackle him up. And
he's currently sequestered with the Valkyries.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, is there a place she can keep him away from the crowd at or not?
Kind of. Ish.
Short of just boxing him in around with the Valkyries around him.
That's basically what you're doing and basically what you have to do, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Then I think she'd probably be like, well, I don't want them to kill him, and I don't want a big fight. So she's got like shield up, but not like guarded. But I will absolutely at a moment throw it out to block something.
So Calendria is on guard duty.
Yeah.
Denke?
I think Denke sees Calendria coming back from her interactions and sees her body language and asks her, rough boot out there, huh?
Well, given everything, can you blame them?
Perhaps not, but there are many more people in that sort of situation than just him.
I think right now the last thing we want is more. She kind of just vaguely motioned everything.
About this point, Rhea comes out of the crowd towards you guys. She nods, seeing Starlight riding off. Commander?
Did I meet you? Yeah.
Yeah. I think we should speak privately with your first officer's witness.
I think Denke just hears that, motions at the nearest person to watch the food.
Yeah.
While he goes off.
Rhea leads the two of you away a bit. She looks tired, which is understandable. You all look tired.
Yeah.
She says, Commander, I am aware that you do not know me, that I do not know the way that your squad functions. I am never been one to pull rank, but I find myself in a position of leadership. That man is known to you in some way. Before you say anything, she puts her hand up. He attacked civilians under my charge. Civilians that are tired, cold, hurting, and confused. I have a mind to give him a trial. But I also have a mind to have him slip his bonds and get away from here before someone decides that enough time has passed. I can't convince them. But, frankly, I need you and your squad. We'll never get to Baldur's Gate without you. I don't want to be divisive. But something must be done.
Stand. And with respect, Captain, the way you've described all of these people fits Talon. And additionally, he is a child.
He's an outsider.
He was born in Eldelgard.
Does that matter to this group? I don't like tribalism any more than you do. That's why we have cities. Why we have governing bodies. Why the Hell Riders exist. But right now, we have a lot of very confused people in the mud that are hurting. And an outsider hurt them. Unless you're going to draw steel against these people, we have to bow to their whims to a degree.
Whims can be changed and forgotten with much less than steel.
True.
I think he gestures over to the pot that's boiling. It's much bigger than he would need for just one sick individual. Says, we need to show them that we're treating everyone the best we can. Everyone who is tired and sick. We do not just treat the one who has hurt them. We treat everyone who is hurting.
And there will be people that we meet on the road that are tired and hungry and scared. You're right, Lieutenant. You're right. How do we pursue this? And she's looking at Duncan less like a captain and more like, tell me what to do.
The way I see it, there are two plausible options that we could go about. Convince them that he'll face punishment once we reach Baldur's Gate. Or, I suppose three, we could have him slip his bonds and run after he's fed. Or we could convince them, attempt that he's
Excuse me. Sorry.
Bless you.
I have another one coming, but keep going.
That he is a child, and he is just as scared, alone, hungry, and tired as they are. The last I had heard from Victor, he was running with a group at least 20 people strong. Now look at him.
Did you get his story?
Not yet.
Right.
I saw to your orders first.
The look on her face very briefly is contempt when you say that, but she, like, swallows it like a bad pill. Don't. I know. Thank you.
I don't mean that to insult you, Captain. I mean that as I saw it as a matter of duty rather, and my family, as important as it is, there's a large group of people here and what they need had to come first.
There are those who would say you conducted yourself like an officer, Commander. And there are those who would say that you are a careless man. I'm not certain where I believe currently.
I will be what I must to complete the job.
That's about where I am. I'd like an overview of your squad, briefly.
Here, or would you rather a more personal introduction?
I need to know what resources I have on the table. Here is fine. I can't... We will all have work to do momentarily.
Right. And now I gotta try to pull up everyone's... Here we go. Okay. Starting from the bottom. He points over at probably that Rev.
Fiddling with the stone.
That's Corporal. That's Corporal Rev. He's our engineer, gear checker, repairman, and generally magical informant.
She chuckles. You forgive me. He's a ranking soldier. Thought he was a mascot.
Fuck you, but thank you.
I sincerely mean no offense. Alright.
Bluntly, Commander, two things can be true.
Fair enough, Commander.
And then a step above is the one I sent off. Lance Corporal bathed in starlight. She's our scout and generalized wilderness expert.
I trust someone else in your squad has survival training.
Correct.
Good.
We've all got a modicum of training, but the Lance Corporal and Lieutenant have the most.
She nods. Alright, I'm with you so far.
And then who's next? Calendria, right?
Tordek. And then Calendria.
Tordek?
Yep.
Then there's Sergeant Tordek Goldfury. He's our doctor, lead shield, and generalized practitioner.
I mean no offense to the good sergeant, but I did hope for a medical officer. Still, it's better than nothing.
You are forgetting communications expert.
Oh yeah. And additionally, he is also our communications expert.
Has he been in contact with command?
Last I knew, he attempted, but all we got was muffled static.
I don't know what I expected. And the woman?
That's Master Sergeant Calendria Willowsoul. She's... I'm trying to think.
Quartermaster.
Quartermaster. And she's our quartermaster. She manages the supplies, makes sure we have what we need. and make sure our funds stay even.
I'll be talking to her then. In fact, she like turns her head. Sergeant!
Aye?
Sorry, not you. Her.
Oh, yes.
I want a full inventory of your supplies. As soon as you can get it to me.
And without even, like, saying anything, her hand dips into, like, a little pouch on her belt and immediately takes out a scroll. And she walks over to hand it to her. So our current list of inventory and everything we've found and cataloged.
Both eyebrows go up in surprise as she takes the scroll.
They call us misfits, but we're experts.
I would say you're a damn sight more than experts. I've never met a field company that has the current list of supplies ready to go. Thank you, Sergeant.
You're quite welcome.
You're dismissed.
She'll bow, give a little nod of her head, turn around, and head back to where she was.
Like, looks back to Duncan. And that leaves, and her eyes drift over to Denke.
I don't actually know how to say your last name, Denke.
Velenthier.
This is Lieutenant Denke Velenthier. He's my right hand, my information analyst, the group cook, and above all else, my advisor.
Are you taking new clients, Lieutenant?
I'm at your service, ma'am.
What's your take on our situation?
To put it succinctly, the group needs a focus that isn't negative. What little energy they have is most easily focused into activities and thoughts that are most disruptive to our purpose. We need to find a way to rechannel that energy, give people what hope there is, make hope if we have to.
It's a long way to Baldur's Gate, Lieutenant. I hear you, but 7, now 6 of us. And she looks at Duncan like, am I counting the Kenko?
Quick nod.
To police all of these people, to keep them safe from threats, external and internal. Do we have the manpower? Do we have the energy to do anything but focus on survival?
These aren't just ruffians we picked up off the street. These were citizens of Eltegard. Sure, they may have come from outlying settlements, they may have been visiting, they may have been traveling, but they are part of Elturel. They know our ways, they are familiar with how we do things. In general, sure, we may have to change a bit to fit the circumstances, but these are not strangers we're talking about. They are our people. More time to travel means more issues faced along the way, but it also means more time to gain information, to gain trust, to find ways to address these issues. We must not answer all of these questions at once.
You're advising slow travel.
I'm advising realistic expectations. We have hundreds of people, traumatized, hungry, tired, at their wits' end, some of them. Maybe most of them.
Continue to impress me, Lieutenant. You're right. Tom, help me. I don't. She turns her back to the group at large, and moves so that you two are still facing her. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm a captain. Can anyone be prepared for this?
No.
Are we prepared for life when we enter it?
Right.
As any Hell Rider, we can never prepare for all the eventualities. All we can do is prepare to adapt.
As of right now, I'm going to defer to the two of you for nearly everything. But I will issue one order as... And you see her start to, like, wonder how to identify herself, and she says, leader of this group. No one is to draw steel against the civilians under any circumstances. There's going to be
fights. Goes back. Why are we drawing steel against the civilians?
They're not, and she's keeping it that way.
Okay.
There's going to be volatile emotions. There's going to be hardships, and suddenly take out your weapons to defend them. But no crowd control. Do you understand me?
Understood, but what should we do if violence erupts among them towards one another?
Break it up. Use your hands, not your swords.
We should probably clarify those terms for Calendria. She doesn't particularly use steel, you see. Sorcerer.
Right. Lethal spells are off limits. Let's see. How is your Arcana, Rhea? I'm gonna give you advantage on this check because this is stuff that you'd be exposed to.
Joke's on her, better than mine.
Let's see. Okay. She says, sleep, binding spells, move the earth if she has to, but no fireballs.
I don't know if she has a single one of those.
You know what I mean, Commander?
Yes, ma'am. Fully understood.
Our hands and minds are our greatest tools at this juncture.
Agreed. I'm going to be familiarizing myself, she wiggles the scroll, with our inventory and supplies, find out what we need, find out what we can spare. You sent off our best hunter. I don't necessarily disagree with you. But we need to feed these people and we need to get them moving.
I can see what I can do about getting them rallied.
I'm not comfortable with a travel pace befitting us. We'll get them moving at noon. We'll stop at sundown.
My question for you, Captain. Should we... how to say... remind them of their connections of home, attempt to rally them to be ready to assist one another?
No. No, don't put the thought of defense and battle into their heads. That'll be up to us.
I mean more so... the hunting. The helping those that can't walk anymore.
Oh. That, certainly. But we will be their sword if... She stops.
The worst.
No. Damn it! There's You said you've been outside the city for a while.
Yes, ma'am.
I just remembered. There's been reports of gnolls in the area.
Of what?
Gnolls.
Let's see.
To say nothing of goblins, orcs, the stray undead and fiends. Brigands. Staying near the water is our best chance of getting to Baldur's Gate, but...
It's also our best chance of being attacked.
Precisely. We need information. Whenever we're not moving, meaning in the morning before we leave, in the evening once we stop, and overnight, 3 reports. I want the surrounding area scouted. Wherever we are. The last thing we need is a bloody ambush. Or, God forbid, a dragon. Why did I say that?
Thanks for jinxing us, Kit. Thanks.
Rhea, not Kit.
Denko. Or, sorry, Lieutenant.
Yes, sir.
Any reports of any form of draconic entity in the area?
Not that I'm aware of before we left on our mission.
But that was a while ago.
That was a while ago. However, to the best of my knowledge, such a group as this is going to lack most of what a dragon might seek. There are many more tempting targets for its attention.
Well, true. There's only 6 defenders. This is a big group. Opportunistic predators will test our defenses. We're basically moving cattle, much as I hate to say that. It's going to be a hard road.
We could devise some sort of generalized plan, disperse it among the populace, a basic response should danger be sighted. So we have one less thing to worry about when mobilizing the response.
There will be losses regardless. Just another thing that we can't prepare for. I'm gonna get the people moving, get them ready for high sun. I want the way ahead scouted, Commander.
Yes, ma'am.
She turns. Will that be all?
Yes, ma'am.
You're dismissed. And she turns and starts heading back into the camp of refugees. Denke, you're enough of an analyst to know, she is so over her head. She's trying to make the best of it, but she's just like, I'm a fucking captain. I'm one step above this idiot. I'm not the High Rider.
Yeah, I think immediately as she's walking away, once she's out of earshot,
yeah.
he turns to Duncan and says, Commander, she's going to need all the help we can give her.
Nazariel's wings, you're telling me.
So yeah, you guys can pack up your camp, get ready to move. Is there any scenes or any beats anybody wants to do before I just cut to the next plot thing?
I did want to talk to Victor.
Sure, absolutely. You just had a scene though, so let me backburner that and make sure everybody else is sorted, and then absolutely.
Yeah, I just wanted to throw that in real quick.
100%. Rev, Calendria, Denke, I almost said Starlight, who's not here, Tordek.
I'm good so far. I think for Calendria, it's a lot of she's trying to throw herself into it because she's trying to process
what the fuck just happened.
Everything, knowing that that city has been her whole life since she was brought there. So,
Rev, Tordek?
I don't think so.
Nothing in particular, no.
Okay. So yeah,
I do have one thing.
By all means.
I think not necessarily a scene per se, but I think Denke would get with Tordek and Calendria to see, he fixed this big pot of broth and stew, just nourishing broth and stew, to help all of the people who are sick, so there wouldn't be any complaints about they're gonna help him and not anyone else, sort of thing.
So go out, get the sick and wounded, and bring them over.
Yeah, or disperse it to them. So get with Tordek and say, okay, what's our roster of injured? Who's gonna need help the most?
Tordek, have you checked the refugees, homie?
I checked them when we first got to the ruins.
Okay.
Yeah, because Duncan, as soon as we rolled up with Captain Rhea, Duncan was like, "Tordek, go get a medical check."
But have you examined all 800 refugees?
Probably not.
Okay, you should in order to follow Denke's orders, you need to do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got a decent number the first day, but I think I'm going to spend this time checking.
Okay. So this will be an hold on, Rev. This will be an extended test. Go ahead and make me. This is about time, right?
Yep.
So make me medicine checks until you get to a certain number. I'll tell you when to stop.
Okay.
And is there a way that Denke could help give advantage by, here's the information I've heard from the people I've talked to?
No. This is just straight up
Tordek actually. Each of these?
Yeah, guidance is fine. Guidance is the out of character spell. It's fine.
Yeah, I have my own guidance. It's all right, Rev.
Yeah, I was saying, can you guidance himself for all of these?
Yeah. Go ahead.
I was actually going to ask that question, but
just roll them one at a time, and I'll tell you when to stop.
Yep.
We got to get our own Banner of the Aurora.
That would be cool.
Okay. Do it again. Whoa. Hold that thought. I need to do math. That's a high roll. Okay, give me another one.
My man's rolled a lordy 40.
That's where all of our numbers went.
Damn close. Okay, yeah, so Tordek, you can... this is not a physical examination of every person. This is bring out your dead, so to speak.
Yeah.
But you are actually able to get everybody... You rolled well enough and quick enough. You can get a temp of who needs help, who will need help in the future, and you do so without disrupting the packing before everybody is ready to travel.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, well done.
God damn, Tordek.
I am the medical professional. This is my job.
So, limited examinations of just about everybody, of give or take 500 to 800 people, leaning towards 8. I'm counting any injury whatsoever, mind you. About 30% of them are hurt. So 150, 200, something like that.
If that includes everything up to and including just random scrapes and bruises,
yes.
That's pretty damn good.
Well, nobody here was inside the city, homie.
Yeah, that's fair. But that is really good considering the numbers we have.
Mostly it's fatigue, confusion, stress, scrapes and bruises from the crater. But nobody is got a sucking chest wound. And age. I guess the other one would be age.
That's what I was just gonna ask, is do we have a rough breakdown of how much is elderly versus middle-aged versus
it definitely
children?
Skews older, older people with a cottage out in the country, type people. It's not all of them are older, certainly. There's kids, there's families, there's young singles, young couples, but it definitely skews older. The average age of the mob is probably 35, 40.
Okay.
Like, and most of the unrest is coming from like the young men and women, the younger men and women. When I say unrest, I'm talking about Victor.
Yeah.
Everybody is unrested. Like, where the fuck is El Toro? Where is so and so family member or whatever? But like, most of the fuck that guy is directed like at Victor from like the younger men and women, which almost all of them are disabled in some way. That's why they're not in the cities, why they're not in the military. Not necessarily like lame, but like you can tell, like, on average, looking through the group, like, these are people that would not be able to sign up for the Hellriders.
Yeah. Okay.
On the note of fuck that guy, Rev is going to hang out just a bit behind, like, as we're moving, like, behind Duncan and Victor.
Oh, and you're not moving yet. You're not even close to moving yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, just, like, around then. Because I might have some spells that may help if shit goes down.
But you can administer healing and Denke's food to anyone who needs it. Nobody is as bad as Victor. Victor is like the worst off person in the whole mob. As of right now, he's the only one with like a bloody bandage, right? But there are definitely some sick and injured and crying kids separated from their parents, etc. And like you can start Denke's plan.
Yeah, we got Denke's food plan. I have prayers of healing and a limited knowledge of how to treat trauma. We'll be fine.
Okay. So Duncan, you wanna go up to Victor, he's basically sitting on Tordek's cot and he hasn't moved.
Yeah.
He's got like a bowl of soup in his hand, and like it's half gone because he was starving, but now he's just like staring at it. He's not eating.
It's like walk in, pat him on the shoulder.
Oh, he's not in a tent. He's out in the open. There's no inn to walk to. Like he's just in the Valkyrie's camp.
Oh.
No worries.
I misunderstood. Yeah.
And I think Danky's going to be at attention close by, so like if he's needed, he's right there. Like he's where Duncan knows he is there.
Yeah. I mean, it seems like Calendria and Rev are also nearby, so like it's good.
Walk up, pat him. Come on, keep eating. It's good soup.
It is, yeah. He doesn't touch it.
What happened?
What do you mean what happened? There's a giant hole in the ground and Mom and Dad are gone.
Not what I mean, and you know it. Last letter you sent Mom, yes, she shows me the letters you send. You said you were with a new group. At least 20, 30 people.
I was.
This group trick you too?
No. They didn't want to go anywhere near El Toro.
I'm not surprised, bluntly.
So
what happens when you run with a group of mercs?
I was gonna go off on my own. They said we had a job. And there was only one way out. He like gestures at his ear. We should see the other guy.
You had to fight for your damn freedom to walk away?
Yep.
Victor.
I probably wouldn't have, but we were like on the 4th bottle of vodka at that point.
I really wish you would stop drinking.
And I really wish you wouldn't get hung from a tree for the way you look, but here we are.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. Point made.
Lest you forget, you've made some stupid decisions too.
I have. Can't deny that.
I'm here, aren't I? I came back looking for Mom and Dad. Who, by the way, you didn't find.
Victor. The
Did you
hole
even
was
look?
already. The hole was already there before we arrived.
Did you dig?
We watched the companion fall. From the horizon, we saw it turn black and drop.
You never loved them.
Oh!
He
First
says
the
that.
cathedral, then the Senate, military school. You were always the problem, Duncan. I stuck up for you. They sacrificed for you.
I think Duncan's just nodding as Victor speaks. And I think Duncan, like, leans over one arm and, like, puts it around Victor. A little half hug.
Yeah.
I know it hurts.
I think we see, like, the tears come down both of his cheeks. Didn't even look. It could be... It could be somewhere.
It makes you feel better. You can lash out at me as much as you like. You know I can take it.
I'm not a coward, Duncan.
I know you're not. You're a fool, but you're not a coward.
You were supposed to protect them.
Victor, you're 17. You've hardly got hair under your arms yet.
You were supposed to protect them until I got back.
I was. I hope you weren't expecting me to tell you you're wrong. To retaliate against you for your words. This is how you feel. This is how you feel, little brother.
I don't. You're not a devil, Duncan.
You're in pain, and you want something to blame.
And you know full well that he tried to be a Hellrider and it didn't work.
Mm-hmm.
I'm never gonna be like you.
Then
Never
stop
gonna be
trying.
like Sis or Ash. I'm never gonna be like Mom. But I'm not a coward, Duncan.
Victor.
I could have done something.
Victor. If you know you're never going to be any of these people, then why aren't you trying to be you? Do you think I got here?
Because your girlfriend with the giant sword is terrifying, okay?
Mike, you talking about the captain?
I don't know. Pretty lady I've never seen before pulled a sword on me. What am I supposed to do?
Well, Dad would have said flirt, but...
I had a guy at knife point. Maybe that works for you. Mr. Tall, dark, brooding, face-covered adventurer. They don't know any better.
We both know how well my escapades into romance went.
You opened Kid up for all kind of shit. What have you done? You've opened Pandora's box.
Victor like chuckles and wipes his eyes, and he said, "We both know Ash got all the looks."
And are you surprised? She got all of Mom's good looks.
Jan got the brains. You got the muscle.
And you got all the potential in the world.
Oh, well.
You just keep comparing yourself to others and trying to be them. You need to find your niche, the thing you can do.
And what I can do is go find Mom and Dad. Where are they? I don't have your military laws. I can go wherever. Where are they, Duncan?
You also don't have my military freedom.
Where are they?
I think he makes the hug a little tighter.
Mm-hmm.
I wish I knew, little brother.
They're not dead. They're not dead.
The one thing stories will always tell you is when a big event like this happens, the people are never dead. They're somewhere.
So we find them.
I'll find them.
You're not going by yourself.
Of course I'm not. I'm a Valkyrie.
Not sending me away either.
No. You're going to have a role in all of this, Victor.
Alright. Give me a horse. I'll go to Waterdeep. Tell them you're coming.
We're actually headed to Baldur's Gate.
Why?
The closest place that can support this many people.
Go to Waterdeep, Duncan. Waterdeep can support the Baldur's Gate. You don't know.
Know what?
Oh, no.
Victor, I just
the great Duncan Reeves doesn't know something.
Victor, I just sent my scout ahead to Baldur's Gate. What is going on?
Do you know that...
I swear to God if you say the Muffin Man.
The Marshal wasn't in the city.
Yes, we are very aware.
Right. Apparently that was planned. There's a new Marshal. He's already in charge, and the Dukes are livid, Duncan.
He like pulls his arm back and like scoots away to look at Victor better. Forgive my Kalashite. I'm fucking sorry. This was... Victor.
Not that. I mean the new Marshal was planned.
And how are you so certain?
Servants talk?
That's reassuring.
There's the Marshal, and then there's 3 other Dukes. And they're trying to divide the city while the Marshal is getting a grip on things. So is the Assassin's Guild.
Baldur's Gate Okay.
I've got more. You might want to get a pen.
Trev helpfully pulls out his notebook and pen.
Lieutenant, would you please stop making notes?
There's also cult activity. Rumors of it.
Of course.
I think he's just jotting things down now that he has orders.
And 3 of the outer districts are on lockdown.
From what?
Of Baldur's Gate.
Yeah, I got that, but why in the world are they on lockdown?
Given that I'm not inside, I couldn't tell you. Little Kalimshan closed its doors. Salsfoot closed its doors. And there's a fort in the middle of the river that's not allowing people to go through, which means you'll need to take the long way to get into the city or find a way to open the fort. I barely got out.
Spectacular.
You're going to have to pick a side, Duncan. Knowing you, you're going to pick the Marshal, but can I make a suggestion?
You know I'm gonna pick the people.
If you want to pick the people, then you need to side with Sir Amric Van Thamper.
And that is?
He's the son of one of the dukes. He's...
looking to overthrow his father?
No, mother, actually, and no. He's in charge of a lot of the organized crime of the Upper City. I know, Duncan, I know, but... it's better than a greenhorn marshal who doesn't know anything.
You don't even know anything about this marshal yet. Do you at least know his name?
Yeah, I think. Hold my dick or something. Holderic, that's it.
Does that name ring anything?
Make a history check.
Hold my dick.
Vader is gonna see that. And
oh yeah, I'm a dead fox.
I have a phone call. Give me a second.
Yeah. He's probably referring to Oscar Holderheck. He's been a prominent Flaming Fist for some years now. Last you heard, he had a colonel position.
Colonel Oscar Holderheck is now the Duke, huh?
Marshal. Duke.
Marshal.
And you know him?
Vaguely. How did you put it once? Game respects game?
Don't try to be hip, Duncan. You're worse than father.
Nothing is worse than father.
Have you smelled your own morning breath? For 15 years? Like a sulfur pit, literally. If I didn't know any better, I'd swear you had demon blood in you. Smirks at you.
Right then, smart mouth. I don't know much about Oscar Holderheck.
He's not the one you need to worry about.
Who is?
It's Captain Stormfang. She replaced the leader of the City Watch, Zoj. She's... whew.
Stormfang.
Yes.
If I didn't know better, I'd gamble either Kalimshinian or Cholton.
Cholton. Wears a necklace of teeth.
Cholton women are something else.
Well, she has an absolute zero tolerance policy for crime. Violent crime. Just organized crime. You know, things that disrupt. She's brutal.
Must make it real hard for your friend.
Don't start. Amric is not a friend of mine. He's just an associate. More to the point, she makes it hard for mercs. She's got the assassins running, but they're still trying to take what they can. she is not going to tolerate. And he just like gestures around this.
No, that's comforting, isn't it?
You have no idea. The woman's a demon, I swear. An actual demon. But Holderheck couldn't tell you anything about it.
Benke. Sorry. Lieutenant, do you know anything?
About what?
At Holderheck, mainly.
Make a history check, Benke.
Ulu.
There it goes. Okay, good roll.
I'll guidance you.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, let me roll it.
Okay. I'll give you a little bit more than I was planning.
Thanks.
Colonel Holderheck came out of nowhere, Denke. He showed up one day. He wasn't like a lot of new officers show up and start barking orders. Holderheck didn't do that. He moved with like an understanding, an underlying understanding of how the Flaming Fist worked, and he wasn't insubordinate, but he very rarely deferred to Ravengard publicly. He started like being nearby Ravengard at like all official functions about like a year ago. And since then, you know, to those in the know, there's been rumors of like he's gonna take over. He's Ravengard's pet. As far as like duty and like outstanding service goes, he spent a lot of time in Schult. He took over the posting of one Liara Porter, who is the niece of one of the current sitting dukes of I'm trying to remember the name of the camp in Schult, Fort Belluarian.
Yeah.
And he spent a lot of time there. Supposedly he did something big in Schult about a decade or two ago. He did something big in Schult. And then after that, he spent a lot of time, you know, only like military channels would know what he was doing, but he has like done a lot to foster relations with Port Nyanzaru and the Trade Princes, as well as a dwarf hold that was not on the map prior to Holderheck's reports. Apparently, there is a dwarf hold in Schult, an active, like, processing dwarf hold called Rakmar that Holderheck has acted as a liaison for several times.
Well, sir, from what I know, much of his active military service is spent down in Schult. Did something really big there a decade or two ago. Took over posting at Fort Belluarian, I think it was. Over what was her name? Porter.
Yeah. Major Porter.
Yes, Major Porter, who I believe is the niece of one of the sitting dukes currently. He did a lot after that to foster relations between the port and the trade princes there. And if I recall correctly, there was a dwarf hold undiscovered to that point that he also acted as liaison for several times. Rakmar, I believe. But as far as his service at the city, he came out of nowhere in many regards. But all the reports that I recall reading say that he was uncharacteristically aware of how the Flaming Fist worked. Probably about a year ago, he started rumors that he might be next in line for succession for the Raven Guard, since he was shadowing him at most public events. That's about as much as I know, sir.
That's a rather substantial amount, nevertheless.
Well, he's a decorated officer.
What?
He's a decorated officer. Holderheck is a decorated officer.
Ah.
Denke knows a lot of military comings and going.
And Denke also has some connections with law enforcement in Baldur's Gate,
yep.
I believe.
Oh.
Actually, knowing that, he would probably be able to substantiate at least some of the claims, or substantiate or invalidate some of the claims that Victor was making. Probably not with the information he knows now, but once they got to the city.
Yeah, probably.
All right. So he did something big in Chult. I didn't know there was anything to do in Chult.
You mean aside from survive?
As most barely mapped territories tend to be.
Something, Volo's a coward.
Yeah.
Map the damn mountains, you coward!
Nightball is angry.
Listen, in my own games, there is an entire guild dedicated to mapping where Volo said he went and abso-fucking-lutely didn't, and they put this fact in their name.
That is so good. Why didn't I think of that?
They are the greater guild of mapping areas Volo fucking ignored.
So let's pull in America and make that idea ours, Kit.
Oh, that's good. I'll think about it.
Can we map the spine of the world, please?
I will at minimum make it at least one guy. Like basically. So what the precedent that Gamzee is setting is that Volotheb Gedard is the Sigmund Freud of Faerun.
Yeah.
He has inspired generations of specialists to prove his ass wrong.
There's nothing up here. I'm sorry. There's people up here, you jackass.
There is nothing there. You go beyond the mountain, and it is the edge of the world. You cannot prove me wrong. A Tor comes down wearing spectacles, wearing a robe that has a big V and F on it. Wrong. And I can quantifiably prove you wrong because I fucking live there.
No, you live on the Sea of Ice. However, we have an elf from above the spine of the world.
Nightfall is Angie.
Can you imagine being so wrong and BSing about things that a society builds up around fact-checking your ass in real time?
I know. I love it. I love
to have a conversation with Earthier. I want that to happen.
Well, see, here's the thing. Volo is in Tomb of Annihilation. The Jungle Beast just never found him.
Oh my god. I'm sorry. Okay, that's cool. No, I want him to have a conversation with the Earthier. That's what I want.
Well, you gotta find his ass first. Because guess where he ain't? Icewind Dale. Guess where he ain't going? Icewind Dale.
We'll go south eventually.
My business has concluded in the Dale. Bitch, there is an entire guild that says otherwise. I acknowledge no such guild. Good, they acknowledge you very much because you're wrong.
I'm definitely co-opting that idea. I just don't know if it's going to be a guild or if it's just going to be like a couple of college students.
I think it's funnier if it's just the college students.
Yeah, right.
Even better, make it a civilization. Like an entire city has been built around Volo's an asshole.
I have an answer for you.
I can solve this right now. Volo is not allowed in Candlekeep after the last time.
I know exactly what it is.
The reason I make it a guild. I'm sorry, Nightfall. To be quick, the reason I make it a guild is because there are several areas with several different races of people that live in the places that he says, "Yep, nope, nothing there."
Most of those places are somewhat inhospitable, and by that I mean Volo is a coward. Go on, Nightfall.
I know exactly what it is. It's a couple of students from Strixhaven doing their senior project.
Fuck yes. But
Candlekeep has renamed itself. No Volos allowed.
Wait, like straight up, when DA, if and when any DA goes to Candlekeep, there's going to be a sign on the gate and in the guardhouse that says this man is not allowed inside, and it is a painfully accurate sketch of Volothep Gedhard.
If you see him, he is 99% full of shit. Do not let him anywhere near this place.
I love how Magic players like Volo, but D&D players fucking hate him.
Well, yeah, because in Magic he's actually good.
Dick.
Because in Magic they don't give you lore about him.
This is
a point of order. Real thing from fucking Waterdeep. This man outbid someone else for Troll Skull Manor by putting down 1 additional copper.
Oh, the Price is Right gambit.
Yep.
But
we'll pay you for finding my friend, and doesn't have the fucking money.
I've told the story before, but I'm gonna tell it again. Larian Studios, who I absolutely adore, they've made Divinity Original Sin 1 and 2. They made a bunch of other games, but those are the 2 that are a big deal. They're the best D&D simulators on the market. Fight me, Solasta fans. And they got the nod from Wizards of the Coast to make Baldur's Gate 3. And they contacted several content creators to showcase the first level that they were working on, the early alpha. And I was just researching for my show one day, I don't remember what the fuck I was doing, and I had a run of the first level of Baldur's Gate 3 on my other monitor, just for background noise. And a character started talking, and I was dimly aware, I was like, this guy is a fop. This guy is awful. And I tabbed over, and it was a dude in a blue coat with a golf hat on. And I was like, holy shit, that guy looks like Volo. And then I saw the subtitle.
Wasn't the phrase that everyone's been shitting on? Hang on, that sounds like Volo. Oh my god, it's Volo.
It's Volo. They have written Volo perfectly. If you guys are unfamiliar with who we have been shitting on for the last 20 minutes, go watch any video of that. Just Baldur's Gate 3 Volothep Gedhard. It is a perfect encapsulation of the motherfucker.
Sincerely, you won't find something easier to laugh at.
It's
so good.
Upset that yes, we got a tavern out of it, but he gave us an inn that had oozes and mimics in it.
Sorry, sir. An ooze nest in the walls.
Yep.
Yes.
If you're wondering why Nightfall is salty, his wizard died to those oozes.
Not quite, but almost.
Also, you forgot the mimic.
No, I literally mentioned the mimics, dude. Come on now. Your selective hearing is going off the charts.
The mimic that you threw out on the street?
No, the one that Rockham tackled out the window.
Anyway. Tackled out of a 4th story window. Can we get back to Hell to Pay, please?
Yeah. That's probably not a bad idea.
So,
it's been a while since we've gone on a tangent like that. Come on now.
You're right, it has. You were talking about Oscar Holderheck with your brother.
I guess knowing all that probably doesn't bring you any sort of comfort.
I mean, Mom and Dad are still gone. And also, everyone else in the city, but secondary.
Well, there is another angle to look at it.
Please tell me that Ash and Jan weren't visiting.
No.
Good.
Oh, please. You think Jan has enough time to visit?
Especially not with everything going on in Baldur's Gate.
And Jan... we both know she kind of swore to never come back.
Still feel bad about that one.
Yeah.
Didn't tell her I was in the city.
On the plus side, I have been keeping contact, and she's been helping me get a lot of people out.
Her and Ash.
Yeah.
That's why we should go to Waterdeep. Ash will be thrilled to see us.
I'd love to go to Waterdeep. Sincerely.
Riff holds out a piece of paper. How far away is Waterdeep?
Oh, ways.
No, like, he's holding out a piece of paper to them. Like, how far is that?
He looks at the paper, looks at you. Like, looking at Rev to Duncan. Can it tell time?
Victor.
He crosses his arm. He crosses his arms.
What?
I was
That's
waiting for
my colonel.
Song.
That...
Or is it corporal?
Corporal.
Corporal.
That's my corporal.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Affirmative.
You're starting to sound like the people that don't like me.
Yeah, like, Rev talks and Victor, like, jumps. Not, like, leaps off of the thing, but, like, his shoulders come back a little bit. It's like, oh. Sorry. For you guys or for them?
He gestures at everyone.
Oh, no, you.
Like, he squints. It's kind of weird to see with the bird eyes, but
Yeah.
you know.
Victor, like, shrugs.
We're not going to Waterdeep, Victor. Again, I'd love to. There is no feasible way we have the resources.
You're going to get shot.
I may or
You
may
could
not
take
have
your
a
helmet off in
plan.
Waterdeep.
I really doubt that.
The new minister is a tiefling.
I'm sorry, they got a new minister. Wasn't
Yeah,
the old minister...
somebody off Bainray.
Really?
Yeah.
What? Who was actually insane enough to destabilize the pirate nation?
A werewolf?
I'm sorry?
I don't know. Apparently Bainray was attacked by a werewolf in a bank or something. I don't know.
Is that what they're telling people?
A werewolf destabilized the Drow pirate nation. Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. That's gonna be something to deal with later.
That's reassuring.
But the new guy, he's the whole 9 yards. Tail, horns, red skin, yellow eyes. See a case?
And you think he's gonna set a precedent?
No. Probably. I don't... All I know about this guy is that the Harpers fucking hate him. And that means he's gotta be cool, right?
I know you hate this terminology, but what is your hate boner for the Harpers?
Have you met one?
No.
You'll understand when you meet one.
Rev writes, "What's a Harper?"
Clint, you could hear there's like a laugh, like snort, like.
Rev, what's a Harper? They're a guild of
As you answer that, bird comes out of a bush. Let me tell you about the
Let
hoppers.
me tell you about the hoppers.
The most secret organization.
Fucking Rev writes, "What's a hopper?" Duncan, a bunch of
thespians.
Thespians.
Rev writes, "What's a thespian?"
Actors, playwrights,
I thought that was when two women really that.
No, that's American.
Stop.
The least subtle Vine reference of my life.
I'm so glad that was a reference and you weren't just being a shit right there.
No, that was...
I can actually confirm that is a reference.
Okay, good.
Oh, this girl's sitting on the couch with a little brother, and she's like, "Do you know I'm lesbian?" And he looks at her dumbfounded, and he's like, "I thought you were American."
Okay, that's funny.
Anyway.
I thought that was pretty well known. My apologies.
I have never seen a Vine.
Fair enough.
Rev writes again. It's probably very weird to this man that he can talk sometimes, but sometimes he just writes.
I mean, Victor's not reacting to that.
Why is this guild important? Is what he writes.
Money.
He blinks as if that answer's unsatisfactory, and turns around and goes back towards his mech.
Yeah, Victor just shrugs helplessly at him again. Like,
that's
when you meet a hopper, you will understand that every hopper is insufferable.
Okay, every hopper can't be insufferable.
Want to bet? Want to put 100 gold down on it right now? Like, hold his hand out.
Rev writes, "I bet I could be more insufferable."
I swear to God, if you make that fucking noise.
He makes the drill noise.
Again! Like, Victor looks at you like, what?
That's why we call him Rev.
You know you have to have a license for exotic animals, right, Duncan?
That's a person!
Are you sure?
Yes. Unfortunately.
I think you have to have a license for exotic persons too.
Points at Duncan. Right. We don't have a license for him.
Victor like leans over. You're not sleeping with him, are you?
I'm going to slug you, little brother.
I'm not hearing a no.
No, I am not sleeping with the bird. The
and
captain,
and Duncan says that at full volume.
The captain, however, we shall see.
Dibs?
Rev mimics. No, I'm not sleeping with the bird.
Victor, dibs? No. Join the Hell Riders and maybe.
I tried!
You know, I keep forgetting I have this thing on and you can't see me smiling. That... A lot of my jokes probably haven't been landing.
No.
Kitcher Cat, please do not stand on my keyboard, thank you.
Hello, Kitcher Cat. Is it a woo-woo?
No, it's a teddy.
Ah.
It's the Screech Muffin.
Is he still a little muffin, or is he?
No,
grown?
he's a pound cake.
He's floof.
He's Big Muffin.
That's my keyboard. Please stop. Cease.
Pick up the cat, you dingus. Pick up the cat.
The cat has been moved away from the keyboard. He's receiving pets.
Good. Right, so... Difficult question.
Okay.
They want to kill me, don't they?
Tends to happen when you hold a knife to someone's throat.
Are you going to let them kill me?
I think Duncan like actually like raises his shield, holds it like the back of it to his face, towards the group, like the big horde of people. Just like clicks the helmet, leans it up so his eyes are like exposed. Really?
Just checking.
Oh wait, I know what sound I should have made.
So you're getting promoted, right?
Considering 90% of this organization just disappeared and we have no idea who else is around, I'd say I'm a shoo-in.
Rev writes, what about me?
We'll see.
He crosses his arms again, opens his beak threateningly.
Opens his beak threateningly. Good.
More importantly,
He'll make the noise, don't threaten him. He'll do the hinge shriek.
Are you volunteering to be the alarm clock for the refugees, Rev?
Yes.
more importantly, little brother, I've got a few ideas on how to make sure they don't want to kill you if you're willing to play ball. Not literally. I heard someone your age say that.
Couldn't you just give me a horse and, 3 weeks of food?
First of all, we don't have horses.
Yes, you do!
He like jangles the amulet.
You're a cavalry unit, of course you have horses!
Yes, magical horses.
So give me a magic horse! That's even better, I don't have to feed it! Do I have to feed it?
I frankly don't trust you with magic, Victor.
Rev writes, we also don't have 3 weeks of food to give him.
That's another thing. We hardly have the food we have.
Okay. How about a bow?
I think our only bow with Starlight.
Denke has a bow, but he's using it.
And there and besides, Denke, our lieutenant, uses a bow as his primary weaponry.
So you're going to send me north with nothing?
I'm not sending you anywhere.
I'm not going back to Baldur's Gate. I was with you until you said you were going to Baldur's Gate.
Are you determined to continue doing merc work?
Why? Wait, are you deputizing me? Do I get a horse?
Mother, forgive me. I'm willing to pay you to play scout for a little while.
I could do that. I can scout. I could be a good scout, and it will get me away from the mob who wants to kill me. Win-win. 50 gold? A day?
You...
Are you getting any better offers?
I think he does that thing where he tries to like rub his temples, but he's already put his helmet back down.
Clank.
It's like, clink. I can't reach my head.
Like, leans over to Rev. I used to make him do that all the time.
He writes, I can do that too. He makes the hinge shriek noise.
Ah, you're my replacement.
Oh.
He definitely makes the hinge shriek noise.
You know, Victor, you'd make a great bard.
So you're paying for me to go to college?
Maybe when you show you're worth it.
I'm worth it. I'm a Reeves.
All right,
Rev
you've got me there.
Rev writes, college is a scam. I just took it to get money for the machine.
How about this?
Think about it, Duncan. It's like prison. High walls, armed guards, and you're told where to go. It's a place you always wanted me to go to.
If you want to go to college so badly, all right, I'll sign you up for Blackstaff.
Are you paying the tuition?
Want to talk about Merciless?
Are you paying the tuition?
Fuck no.
Then how are you signing me up for anything?
Victor.
What?
I'm kidding.
Oh. Damn. Fine, scouting, how much?
I don't know how much we have. You'll talk to the quartermaster about it.
Which one is the quartermaster?
The big, strong lady with her midriff exposed. No, you cannot hit on her.
And you're going to stop me.
Rev writes no, but she'll hit you back.
I'm not going to stop you. I'm just warning you. She might slug you in the throat.
How far away is Calendria from them?
Like, close enough that you can hear Victor say, "Joke's on you, I'm into that."
Yeah, like, what do you like? He's like, no, you can't hit on her. She might hit you back. She, like, taps her hand on the club at her side.
No. Rev is going to step, like, 5 steps back. He's short.
She will send you to
his eyes are on Calendria.
They have a jail for horny people?
Maybe you're right. Maybe I should stop trying to be hip.
I've been saying it for years. You were born old.
I was not born old.
You were born old. You had a beard.
The only reason you think that is because that was one of the first times you saw my face in several years.
Well, yeah. Like, looks at Rev. Does he still snore?
Rev nods. Mimics the noise.
I really
that I don't miss. Pretty lady with the bear midriff. What's her name?
You, if you are to join us, you will call her Master Sergeant Calendria, or Willowsoul. Sorry.
Sets the
Master
bowl
Sergeant
down.
Willowsoul.
Sets the bowl down. Gets up. Stretches. As he's walking over, full volume. Master Sergeant Willowsoul, Duncan says to give me a horse.
Rev is dying laughing on the ground next to him.
Ladies and gentlemen, my youngest brother.
He salutes with his middle finger out.
Nice. I'm proud of him. Raise him well.
Are you sure he's more of a resource than a liability, Commander?
Rev writes, I like this one.
A little quieter, just so Denke can hear. Victor is a lot of things. Talented is definitely one of them, but
disciplined fucking isn't.
Disciplined is far from one of them. I see an opportunity to help him. I'm gonna take it.
Yeah, so in the meantime, Victor walks up to Galindria, like, that wasn't a joke. He's like, hi, Quartermaster, Master, Sergeant, I have to say Master twice, like, glances over his shoulder. Miss Willow, can I just call you ma'am?
If you wish.
Duncan says to give me a horse and all of your rations.
I'm waiting for the moment that Duncan realizes that I don't use my horse amulet.
And you watch her, she takes her hand, points it like a finger gun, and then points it at Duncan and casts message to go, Did you say to give him a horse and all of the rations?
Duncan gets up.
And then she is, after he gets up, she puts her hand back and just smiles while looking at him.
Yeah, he just like has his hands at his sides waiting. Duncan walks up, immediate heel turn. Immediately his face falls. He's like, "How dare you? Duncan, she won't give me anything."
Mac.
Smacking him?
Just quick little.
Okay.
That like back of the head boop.
What?
Stop it.
What? What did I do?
I did not say you could have a horse and 30 days of rations.
Right. You said you didn't have 30 days.
You'll eat with the rest of us. And... Sergeant, I sent him over here to discuss pay.
Oh, okay. That's understandable.
Yeah, Duncan wants me to send a message to Waterdeep, and I need money, provisions, and a horse.
I want him to scout for us.
To Waterdeep.
To Baldur's Gate. You can stop once we've reached the fort.
Still need a horse.
Oh, my God. Rev, do you still have your amulet?
Right, but it's mine.
Do you have it?
He nods way more times than he needs to.
Give.
Right. To him? I'm never gonna get it back.
You will absolutely get it back.
Yeah, Duncan says you will absolutely get it back. From behind Duncan, Victor's just shaking his head.
Because if you do not, I will see to it that our sister prevents him from ever having children.
Too late.
She's very good with a knife.
So that won't be necessary, and you see her and like Calendria goes and puts her hands on, and she just presses digitations to make it look like she's doing some magic. There, if he doesn't bring it back, his arms will fall off.
I know that trick. I have an older sister.
It's true. She knows Rusty too.
Damn.
So those little diamond thingies, horses?
It's called Victor.
What?
Okay. He like pulls his out.
Rev pauses thoughtfully.
This is an amulet of fine steed. It is an item that you must gain attunement with, meaning you have to focus on it while having it on your person.
Well, I'll never be able to use that.
You ruined my idea. I was gonna write, he can have it, but he has to figure out what attunement is first.
In doing so, you gain access to the spell Find Steed.
Can I make something very clear? Change the background to suburbia, change the clothes of Duncan and Victor, and change the amulet to a set of car keys, and nothing changes.
Yeah.
Oh, oh God. The worst part is I'm loving this.
Same.
Rev, now behind Victor, holds his book up for Duncan.
It leans down, read.
It's my symbol as rank, though.
Hey. You have that abomination of metal.
Oh my God. Duncan, you bend down to read the note. You feel a tug on your belt, and when you look up, Victor has his hands behind his back. My man has a +8 in sleight of hand, and Nuffle said no.
What did you take?
Nothing, because I slipped. Like, holds his hands out, like nothing in his hand.
Does he have anything like on the back of his belt?
Yeah,
brother,
a knife.
You brother are lucky. I love you.
If it makes you feel any better, I was going for the amulet.
The point is, if you can gain attunement with one of these, you will have access to effectively any mount you want that doesn't fly or swim.
Also swim.
Rev pauses again thoughtfully. Writes again. I'll give him mine, but I'm not breaking attunement to it.
Rev.
He crosses his arms again.
You're a step off from insubordination.
Yes, listen to my brother.
And you, if you do not...
You turn around, and he looks at Calendria and does that me or her hand gesture.
You, like, grabs Victor by the collar.
I don't like you that way.
If you do not bring this amulet back...
Like me personally, or
see fit to use it to go to Waterdeep and make sure Ashley contacts me, tells me you are there and that you have the amulet, I will go out of my way to find you, take it back, or take whatever money you get off of it, and I will beat you.
Holds up a hand between your clenched fist. Question.
What?
What if I drink the money?
Then I'm going to sell you, Victor.
No, don't answer that. I don't want to know what you're into. Can you let go of my shirt, please?
I'm sure Mert is looking for some new workers.
Maybe water. You know, Baldur's Gate sounds great.
Good. Rev, give it here.
The Rev passes it over.
He takes it.
Rev will break attunement to it.
Yeah. Like, lighter than I expected.
When I break attunement, does it get heavier?
No, it would be the same way for him.
Okay.
How? Concentrate on this. Gain its ability, and come find me.
Size. I've used a magic item before, Duncan.
Who? It was Dad's sword, wasn't it?
No, well, yes, but I've officially used them before.
Okay. I don't have time for that right now. I am running low on patience.
Rev makes another drill noise.
Go.
Yes, I'll
Focus
go
on
and
that.
attune to this. For absolutely no reason at all, are any of your mates lawyer? Just asking.
What did you do?
Nothing. Just asking.
I'm sure the lieutenant knows a thing or two.
Great. Which one's the lieutenant? This is looking at Rev.
He points at 10K.
Rev raises his hand.
And he's like, I'm just, let me help you carry that. And he, like, walks off.
I'll see you shortly, Private.
He stops. You're making me a Hell Rider?
Rev counts on his fingers. Is Private lower than what I am?
Yes.
I'm pretty sure Private is as low as it gets.
Correct. He's like, you're making me a Hell Rider?
Rev runs in a circle.
Show me you can handle it, and I'll officiate it.
I can definitely not handle it. Now, about that lawyer, like, marches over to Denke. Denke, what are you doing currently?
I do not understand him.
I think he's looking over the notes he's just taken.
Mm-hmm. It's like, Lieutenant, like, puts an arm around your shoulders. My brother tells me you're something of the big brain sort.
Oh my god. What? How dare you think that?
I fucking love this kid.
I suppose some might say that.
Is it wrong of me to want Rev to follow this guy unless Duncan stops him?
So,
is it?
Yes, it is. You know a thing or two about a thing or two, right? He's like leading you away from your desk.
He has a desk set out here in the middle of nowhere.
Of course he fucking does, it's Denke!
Yeah, uh-huh.
You follow him, Denke?
I will follow for now.
Yeah. So you know a thing or two about a thing or two, right?
I suppose some may say that too.
What do you know about the ocean?
Which one?
Yes.
On this plane?
Let's say no.
Oh my god, Victor.
If someone were to find themselves out to sea, dehydrated, starving, it's not the first time I've had a wound around my head, you know? And let's say the ocean spoke to them, and let's say the ocean had a piece of paper with some legal terms on it, and let's say, hypothetically, you didn't read them.
I think Denke catches himself almost making Duncan's temple rubbing motion.
You know a thing or two about that, right?
Unfortunately, I believe I do.
Great! So you can help me, right? I mean, a friend of mine. Yes, they call him the Shadow. Very, very mysterious individual. Likes to pick his teeth with a knife, you know. You know the type. He was in a desperate situation. See, I just wanna help him out. I happen to carry a copy of that piece of paper with me at all times. He's just that kind of friend, you know. Would you like to take a look at it?
Can your friend afford my fee?
I have a magic talisman of horse summoning.
Oh, so you're a collector too, and he jingles his talisman.
Yeah, it's actually, I think they were made in the same factory. You know, high ticket items. I'd be willing to part with mine if you could help my friend. Oh, well, I think the market value of this is a bit higher than that, though, so we'll work it out. Can you help?
I swear to God.
Victor Reeves and the consequences of his own actions.
I'm afraid.
This man.
For a matter like this, the payment will require much more than a mere trinket. You, my good sir, seem to be a man not of means, but of information.
Yes. I am. Well, let's just say my friend is quite connected, and I do know a little about a lot of people, their comings and goings. I could tell you where Elturel is. No, I couldn't. Why did I say that? I could tell you where to find out. Yes, I could do that. Probably. Maybe. I think.
I'll tell you.
I'm gonna beat this boy's ass. Oh my god.
I shall consider your proposal if you prove yourself worthy of the task at hand.
What do you need me to do?
I need to see that you'll actually follow through with what has been requested of you thus far. For I will not waste my time and resources in such a place as this, under such circumstances as this, unless I know that my efforts will be fruitful.
My brother talked you up quite heavily, and now you're telling me that you can't do it. I wonder if my brother knows that his info man is a fraud. But he'd like to know that.
Is he raising his voice now?
A little bit.
Looks to Duncan, looks over to them, looks to Duncan.
Duncan quite literally shaking.
Grabs Duncan's hand, starts to walk over there.
You know, there's no shame in admitting that you don't know how to help my friend.
Alright, that's enough.
Oh.
Rear naked choke.
What?
Duncan's gonna grab Victor in a rear naked choke.
In a what?
Ain't that what that's called?
I don't know what you're... I'm not sure.
In a chokehold.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
He's gonna grab him.
Like headlock?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. The headlock, I mean... looks up at you. What?
You're causing problems, Victor.
Your info man is not as smart as you say he is. I think you've been duped.
I've been thinking. Maybe we should go talk to the crowd. I'm sure they'd love to hear an apology.
Rev writes, what sort of information do you need that he doesn't have?
Nautical information.
Flanks.
I would love to address the crowd with you, Commander.
Who would be the best person to talk about that stuff with?
Make a perception check, Rev.
Okay. Son of a bitch.
Well, hang on. I might roll like absolute ass. Let's see. I did not roll like absolute ass.
I saw that 3 and I was like, God damn it.
Okay.
I wish I had a mean 3 roll.
Listen.
Actually, wait. Is he like? I could use a preparation here.
You could.
I just need to know what the fuck I'm fucking him over with.
Basically, you need to notice something about waist high on Vincent. Victor.
How can I do this? The preparation is, I can't do it like, it'd have to be something to screw him over, not something to help me, This is an interesting case.
Mm-hmm. You're trying to notice something about waist high on Victor. I mean, as a suggestion, you are about waist height on Victor, so you can see more easily.
I mean, yeah, like, that's all I can think of, but I wasn't thinking that was good enough. Like, is it?
You miss 100% of the shots you don't take, homie.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah, I'm waist high on him, like...
And you're trying to reduce this roll. My roll.
Yes, I'm waist high.
Okay. So
he could get a 5.
So
the 5 I have.
Okay. So he's wearing like a full body cloak, but Duncan's got him in a chokehold, and he's got his arms up, so the cloak is open. There is a green bulge attached to his back, basically right above where his belt would go. It's like dark green. It's like almost jade.
Any idea what that could be? Like knowledge-wise, like...
You rolled a 9, homie. Like, yeah, okay, you rolled high enough to see it, but you only rolled a 9.
Yeah, that's fair. That is fair.
It's a jade bulge seemingly like sitting at the base of his spine, under his cloak, like motionless. It takes up like the majority of his like of that area. So it's a wide thing, whatever it is. So yeah, so Victor was like, yeah, I would love to address the populace. Sure. Tell them all how very, very sorry I am that my brother made me stab someone.
Will you pass me that? Pointing.
What?
Shuffle cloak where he's pointing.
Okay. You don't see anything. Rev, you see the thing stick to the cloak as Duncan pulls it aside.
Can I push the cloak the other way?
It's stuck, like Duncan's holding it.
Oh.
Yeah. What are you talking about? What? There's something on his armor?
He walks around Victor and points at it from the other side.
Okay. So Rev, what's your armor class?
I'm currently not in the mech, so I'd be carrying my shield. That does not hit regardless.
Yeah, so you like walk around and like rather surreptitiously, but not great. Victor like kicks mud at your face. What are you doing? I'm feeling a little violated, Duncan.
He's not cracking jokes, which means there's something serious.
Yeah, so Rev, you like pull the cloak back, and yeah, like stuck to the back of the cloak, there's about a bread loaf-sized jade crab with purple eyes.
What?
What? What? Did you find a leech? I was in the river. You've still got him in a headlock, by the way, like...
Yeah, I'm gonna let him go.
Yeah.
Is that...
Is what? Like, he turns around, fixes his cloak. What?
No, hold on, just a second.
Like, he backs, like, puts his hands up and backs away from you. What?
Why do you have a crab on your back?
I don't have a crab on my back.
Crab goes to lift the cloak again.
You're gonna get a kick, homie!
Victor, Why do you
I'd like to see him try. Nope, that does not hit.
So, like, you let the cloak pong off the shield.
Victor.
Like, he stood behind me while I was backing up. That's not my fault.
Why do you have a crab on
I
your
don't
back?
know what you're talking about.
Was Denke able to see it the way his cloak was?
I think Rev and Duncan were. I don't know if Denke was or not. I don't think so.
Did you say it was clinging to the cloak?
It was. It's not now.
Okay.
Now it's clinging to his back.
Lieutenant, do you know anything about purple crabs?
Do I know anything about purple crabs? Is that nature?
It would be nature, but it's not a purple crab. It's a jade crab.
Jade. Do you know anything about jade crabs?
Because that doesn't sound like a drink or anything.
Nature check. Dude. Crabs are red or brown or sometimes blue, but jade is a new one.
That's not a naturally occurring color for crabs, as far as I'm aware.
Not on this plate. I mean, I don't know. He rubs the back of his head.
Victor.
What? What?
What did you do?
I attacked one of those people trying to find... What?
Why is there a crab clinging to you?
There isn't a crab clinging to me.
I imagine it has something to do with the magical document acquired in the ocean.
Magical document?
Rubbing the back of his head again.
You have officially used a magic item before. Now I'm hearing of a magical document in the ocean, which, by the way, I didn't know you ever went to the ocean. Neither did Mom.
You're right. You're right. If it makes you feel any better, it wasn't my choice. I woke up there. I'm serious. I went to bed, in my bed, and I woke up in the ocean.
Sounds like some warlock shit, not gonna lie.
You're just not picking up on that.
You have explained 1% of why I am angry.
Okay. Would it help you to know that I'm still alive? Ta-da.
Victor. He starts brushing off Victor's shoulders, puts his hands on both of them. That can change very quickly.
Rev writes, what does the document say?
I actually think so. All I'm going to say is don't make a threat and mean it, Duncan. Yeah.
Victor, do you have that document?
No. Not literally, no. I don't. I know where it is, but I don't.
Did you sign it?
That's funny, considering you just claimed to have it on your person at all times.
It is on my person, but I don't have...
Rev writes, does the crab have it?
I'm going to put you in that stew pot and close the lid.
Dear Lord Victor, have you made a pact?
If I knew what that was, I could deny it.
You have, either voluntarily or not, made an agreement with a being of power to gain strength.
Rev writes, probably the ocean.
I definitely did not do that. No.
So how disgenuine is he being?
Well, to the letter of the law, he's being honest.
That answer means he's omitting something.
What I did, Duncan, was I signed a contract with the being of power to stay alive.
It's the being of power of the crab, he writes.
Stew pot. Stew pot.
He writes, you'd have to catch me first.
Make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
If he dives for Reb, I'm grabbing.
He's not diving for Rev, he doesn't have to.
Don't ignore the guy. Oh, shit.
Okay, so you're like, you have to catch me first, and he just kind of sighs, and as he puts his hand to his face, a tentacle comes out of the sleeve and just wraps around Rev. Barnaby, let him go.
Barnaby, we
Yes,
have a
Barnaby.
name.
Barnaby, and please, the tentacle retracts. Thank you, Barnaby. These are my brother's associates. Thank you for the horse. I need to go. Like, turns around, starts to high step away.
Whip.
Would you have preferred that I died? Would you have preferred me dead, Duncan?
Victor, I'm not mad you made the pact.
I still don't know what that is.
I'm mad you keep lying. Sorry, I'll use some of your terminology. I'm mad you keep omitting.
Telling
and
stories.
Deflecting.
I keep telling stories. And it has kept me alive and not had me burned at the stake so far, so if you would please let go of my
And
father.
it has enraged your brother.
He, like, slumps.
I want to help you, and you're being difficult.
Hello, Duncan. I know that Mumsy and Dad are probably dead and Elturel is all gone and you're in the middle of something, but by the way, there's a talking crab on my back. You see how that would not have worked in my favor at all?
So the crab talks too. Small world.
To me.
Here? This is a good start. What does Barnaby want?
I'm still figuring that out. Genuinely. Talks is a bit of right. Like, still with his back to you, you're still holding him by the back of his shirt. Like, points at Revs. Like, him, right? He can't talk normally. And I'm not blind, Duncan. I can tell that he can't talk normally. Does he ever say things and it takes you a while to parse what he's trying to mean? Does that ever happen?
It did, but I've become rather fluent.
But it did, yes? Imagine if you never could. That's Barnaby.
Okay.
Can I have my cloak back now, please?
60 gold a day, and I will pay you once I have money.
Looks over his shoulder. For what exactly?
Scout work. All the way to Baldur's Gate.
I'm not going to Baldur's Gate.
No, you get us to the fortress, and you can fuck right off to Waterdeep.
I'm keeping the horse.
Until your work is done.
All right.
Or we can make you a payment plan later.
What? Honestly, gold. Lovely. Great. Wonderful. Yes, I will take the gold. But what I need more is help. Honestly. He wants something, or rather his, he holds a hand at waist level. He wants something, but more to the point, he holds his hand above his head. He wants something. You understand?
I follow.
I don't have any idea what it is.
I believe you have no idea what any of it is at this point.
You would be correct. I know that Barnaby can protect me to a point. I know that I have a time limit. I don't know how long it is or what it's for. And I know that I didn't really have a choice in all of this.
Are your headphones still good in that car?
I'm going to mute Gamzee. I'm telling you the truth in that I was in my bed. I went to sleep. Normally, I woke up in the ocean. I spent several days in the ocean, and when I was about to die, I was given Barnaby. And then I woke up in my bed again with Barnaby. That's it.
Your bed where?
Baldur's Gate. About a month ago.
And you just suddenly, randomly, in the middle of the night, wound up in some strange ocean.
I am aware of my credibility, sir. But yes.
Was this before or after messing with some magical artifact, or a curse, or threatening someone with magical power?
Look, I didn't know he was Amaric's brother, okay?
Ah, now we're getting somewhere.
Oh, what? Who the fuck was that?
He mentioned Emmerich before.
I am unfamiliar with what that name means.
Emmerich Van Themper is a name that Victor mentioned earlier.
The son of one of the dukes in charge of organized crime in the upper city.
Correct. And I didn't so much mess with him. I'm not a cad, completely. I mistook him for a servant. And I asked, respectfully, for a drink. That was it. I got an earful. I thought that was the end of it. That's the only thing I can think of aside from random chants.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi. Yeah, Gamzee, I muted you because there was a lot of background noise coming out of your mic. You should be able to unmute yourself. If you can't, let me know and I'll unmute you.
Hello.
Hello.
There, he's unmuted. Gamzee?
Hello?
Hi.
You only muted him client side.
Oh, well, hey, that's fine. That dealt with the stuff. What did you say?
Okay.
You're unmuted now.
Okay. It was Duncan looking at Victor just going like, you looked at this man and said, bring me another drink, fool.
No,
Or
I
surf.
didn't. Those dwells just like that. Duncan, please. I'm not a noble, I'm not a politician, I'm not an officer. I'm not going to disrespect a servant. That's your job.
What? I'm going to let that slide and assume it's a joke.
Mostly a joke.
Brother.
You know how soldiers are.
But that's not how I am.
The point is, those dwellers just like that.
Rev's gonna scribble in his notebook again. And he holds it out.
Yeah, Vincent will look over at
it. If he's such a problematic guy, why are we aligning ourselves with him again?
You're not aligning yourselves with him, you're aligning yourselves with Emmerich.
Why? He writes.
Because Emmerich has connections. He knows people, he's got coin to spare. He'll be able to do something about these people more so than the new marshal. Look at the evidence before you. You can't blame one brother for the other one. I mean, I'm trying, but Duncan is just like that. Smirks.
All right. I'm starting to follow.
I'm not saying Emmerich is a good guy. I'm just saying he's your best choice.
So I have a couple questions now.
Rev's gonna write something else real quick.
Okay, go ahead, Duncan.
And please, Victor, don't give me the answers you usually give people. I'm not a soldier. I'm your brother.
I have been honest with you since you grabbed my coke. Alright?
This is true. Do you have any idea what this time frame for what Barnaby is?
I can't understand him. I have a vague recollection of there being a time frame in the sense of I'm waiting for something or I'm expected to do something like an appointment with the physical coming up. But I don't know what it is. Or how much time.
When you say you cannot understand, what do you mean? Is it another language?
How should I know? He understands me, and he burbles, but I can't make it. It's like I can almost make it out. It's like a nagging sensation at the back of my mind. Like, if I just listen a few moments longer, I'll understand. I can't quantify it, but it's driving me mental. Like, looks over at Rev.
He had written, something, take the notebook out. Now he's holding it out again.
Mm-hmm.
What if we allied ourselves with the Marshal in secrecy, but sought out the help of the others?
That's your business.
He shrugs. Holds it out to Duncan, then.
I'm making no plans until we're there.
We have enough to deal with as it is, just getting everyone to Valdez.
Which is why I didn't want to bother you with Barnaby. I just need passage to Waterdeep.
What is in Waterdeep that's going to help you?
My boyfriend?
You...
What? What?
You never wrote Mom about having a boyfriend.
Your point?
Well, this is the first I'm hearing of it, so I'm not really a fan of the accusatory tone.
He's a student at Blackstaff Tower.
Can I at least know my future brother-in-law's name?
It's not like that, Duncan. Don't think. His name's Percy.
Aww.
All right.
I was going to go and see Ash while I was there. I just need to deal with the whole ocean business.
And you think Percy can help you? Or at least comfort you into help?
You threatened me with Blackstaff. You know what kind of resources they have? It's magical in nature. I never actually said where the mercenary company thought I was going. I was on my way there when I saw the fireball. You could see that thing for leagues, Duncan.
Right. Okay. This is all starting to put together. I wish you would have just opened with this sort of thing.
I wanted to be tough like you. To own it.
Not tough.
Tougher than me. Tougher than Jan.
Without the Valkyries, I'd be as weak as anyone out there.
I am anyone out there, Duncan. I just wanted to deal with this myself. I didn't expect to see you here. I didn't expect to see anyone. I'm not even at the city yet, but I thought maybe Mom was here and it had been a while. I wasn't thinking clearly. You've seen how I haven't been getting on well. Just some provisions, a horse, I'll go to Waterdeep, I'll get this whole thing situated, and I'll check in with Ash, okay? I'll check in with Ash. Is that what you want?
I was gonna write something else in the book and hold it out.
Yeah, he'll look over at it.
It just says keep the amulet.
I wasn't going to keep it. Just give it to Ash and send it to you in Baldur's Gate. I figure you'll be there for a while.
Okay, little brother. Here's the deal. Duncan pulls 2 gold out of his pocket.
Mm-hmm.
Hands it over.
Mm-hmm.
Pulls out little vial.
Mm-hmm.
It's a potion.
Mm-hmm.
If you get into a fight, drink it.
He nods. I meant what I said about the other guy.
I believe you. I know you're a good fighter.
No, it wasn't me, Duncan.
Oh.
Yeah.
Regardless, you drink this, it'll take care of any injuries you get when you're in a fight. Save it for a fight.
With the horse, I won't be getting into a fight. Hopefully.
You never know. There's been some unfortunate stuff getting cider around here. Additionally, he looks over in the direction the captain went.
Mm-hmm.
That amulet never existed.
What about the bird? I don't need it once I get to Waterdeep, Duncan.
Rev mimics. I don't need it.
That's the beautiful thing about having a mission, brother. You never know where it's gonna take you.
Alright.
Rev just gestures at Mech.
That amulet never existed. If you find an inn or someplace, use that gold. That's all I've got.
I understand my credibility, Duncan. But if what I'm currently going through is any indication, stay away from Thirstwell. I'm sure you'll have the city on its ear in no time, but stay away from Thirstwell, or gods forbid his mother.
I will.
He nods.
Victor.
He looks at you.
You're a lot of things. A lot of things. Don't forget, no one can fit the mold you were made for, but you.
He starts to say something, and it's overshadowed by screaming.
And Duncan is moving.
Okay.
Where's the screaming come
from?
So
you're moving, Duncan, and it's like from the group of cities.
Mm-hmm.
So Duncan, you're moving, and as you're like Winter Soldier walking, I almost said Amric. Victor is like at your heels, like, what is that? What's happening? What's going on? Valkyries, what are you doing?
Getting into gear, into mech and goal.
Okay.
Towards the source.
Yep. Like, what's going on? And you guys like come through like the first group of civilians, and you see maybe 100 feet in front of you. You see Rhea Mantelmorn with her sword and shield out, facing down about 30 humanoids that look like hyenas coming out of the woods.
Denki's around his weapons.
Okay.
Yeah, Duncan's getting his sword out.
Okay.
What's the short range of my radiant cannon?
I don't know. You should have wrote it down.
I'm double checking, because it should be here.
Oh, since you're
it's on the mech, not
feet.
You said 100 feet out?
Yeah.
It's on my...
All eyes are on you, Commander.
How far out are they coming?
About 100 feet. Rhea's about 100 feet, and the gnolls are about 30 feet in front of her.
Hold on, I need ranks. There it is. Sergeant, Lieutenant.
Sir.
Want the two of you... Tordek. I've tried to make it clear when I'm referring to Calendria, I say Master Sergeant.
You could say Sergeant Willowsoul.
True. Sergeant Goldfury.
Aye, sir.
Lieutenant.
Aye.
I want the two of you to run. Gotta slow it down. Both of you bring the civvies back. I want full guard. I want them out of here. Calendria, Lieutenant Sergeant Willowsoul.
Sir.
Fry them.
Okay, there you go.
I know you've got a shot. Take it.
Okay, so Kit.
Yes.
I'm scrolling back through to all mentions of the Radiant Cannon. I see no range listed in the chats. I am very sorry that I do not have it listed.
It is fairly short range, unfortunately. It is 30 by 90.
30 by 90.
That being said, is that all you got, Duncan? I'll admit I was hoping for a Valkyrie's forward.
I was looking for the thing.
What thing?
There we go.
The credence.
We are Valkyries, and what do we do?
All at once, raise hell? Guys?
It.
Yeah, the answer is raise hell.
Yeah.
Oh, I was waiting for a countdown.
It's fine. Rev can do it all as the group. We're fine. We got it.
Yeah, it's good.
Everyone's
Raise
like
hell.
20 feet away, and it sounds like they're all right there.
Yep.
So we roll an initiative, I'm assuming?
No, actually. Let's say, like, what do we do? Like, pointing forward, the Valkyrie shout, raise hell. The background becomes an oil painting, and that's the last shot of our episode.
Yeah.
Nice.
Nice.
How far out are they?
About 100 feet, about 130 feet.
Excellent. I finally get the meta magic when we start this. This is gonna be great.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. I got an army of gnolls for you guys next session, but this session we need to do some shout-outs. Calendria, start us off.
Hey, I'm the Frostwind. I play tabletop games, little role-playing stuff, all kinds of fun. If I'm not here, I'm over on another friend's thing doing D&D and stuff. Yeah.
Fair dues, fair dues. So, Squeaky, Denke, give us a shout-out, please.
Hello, everyone. I am Sir Squeaky. I am a keeper in Kit's Discord. I enjoy discussions about role-playing and lore in all of its forms. If you're ever interested in that sort of thing, my DMs are always open, and I'm always in the Discord.
Cookie, give us a shout-out, please.
Hey, what up? I'm Cookie, also known as the Extinct Bacon on just about every other platform. I love a lot of things D&D and tabletop, and if you do too, my DMs are always open. Otherwise, you'll find me lurking in the streams or in the shrine.
Gamzee, give us a shout-out, please.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Guy Gamzelis, the bard of heroes and the teller of tales. I threw myself off by stealing your thing. Fuck.
Yeah, you did.
Whatever. If you need me, you can always find me in the Discord or in DMs. And if in the far off future you're watching this on the YouTube, please consider interacting with the channel in some way. A like, a comment, or a subscription can mean a lot within the modern algorithm. And for the support that the Patreon gives, thank you very kindly. Have a fantastic rest of your night, everyone.
Nightfall, finish us out if you would.
Hello, I'm Nightfall the Kitsune. I do admin stuff things around here. If you enjoyed what I did tonight, make sure you catch both the Thursday game and the Sunday game. As on Thursdays, I'll be playing Killia Wolfwalker in Voices of the Mountain, and Percival Averill in Tales of the Nightlights right now. Moving on to a new extra right now, I think.
A new tale.
New tale, yeah. So if you're excited about that, feel free to stop by.
For my part, as ever, I am the Sharp-Eyed Kitsune, the teller of tales and the weaver of mysteries, the masked bard. This is a channel that is devoted to, this community is devoted to lore and storytelling, world building, role playing, and discussions of those things. So that's to your fancy. You're in excellent company here, and I do hope that you enjoy your time with us. We've got Decisive Action Hell to Pay every Monday evening, Crown of Fangs on Tuesdays. We've got some special things coming up later in the week and beyond as well. I hope you guys enjoy our repeated shows, and thank you to our Patreon subscribers for making these shows possible. This was a talking heavy episode, but we'll be getting back into the action next time, and then we've got a long trip to Baldur's Gate. But I do hope that you guys enjoyed as much as I enjoyed bringing it to you, and as always, it's time to close the book on today and leave you with these parting words. From myself, my keepers, and those joining me on the stage this evening, to all of you, the regulars, the followers, the newcomers, and the lurkers, whether you're just having a seat by the fire or you've got a running tab at the bar, remember, there's always more stories to tell, and hopefully I'll see you all next time for more Hell to Pay and a new chapter. Good night, guys. Thank you so much for stopping by, and hope to see you again soon.